Good morning. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody's Sunday morning doing? We have different equipment working here. Hopefully it's working well, but let us know if you see any difference. Yeah, I see a difference already.
Can we turn around?
No, it's not that.
What?
I'm watching myself look at the table. It's fine. It'll be fine.
You can turn around.
If I look over here, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Going outside all of a sudden for us. That's Michigan for you. You never can tell what you're going to get. But it's fortunately, I don't think it's going to stick around too long. I think it's just one of those short-term snows that we can all tolerate pretty easily. That long period of cold and snow, that was grating, and I'm glad that's behind us. And as far as the weathermen are telling me to believe, we're in for some better, more consistent, more average, let's say, weather, which, I can tolerate that. I've moved
I
here.
don't like this. I'm turning it around.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work.
I feel very disconnected from my people.
Yeah, just hang on.
I can't read your comments while I'm looking at you, and so I'm trying to look at you, but I can't see anything in the conversation. Because here's the reason why we're doing this, okay? Let me explain. We're not just being ridiculous for no reason. The camera difference, obviously, on a rear-facing camera is way different resolution. So what we're trying to do is have a better picture, and I don't know if that's going to work out or not. We tried it, but that's really very difficult for me to just stare into the void and talk to you.
It's traveling like crazy.
We're drifting a bit.
Yeah.
That's better. I'm going to just scoot down a little.
It's like crooked. You're fine.
Oh, I wonder if it's because of that. Yeah, the gimbal is acting up this morning too. We're having a little bit of some technical issues.
It's been a morning, you guys.
Hey, you know what? Bear with us. Hopefully we'll make it worth your while in the end. Either by plants or conversation.
It's snowing again there too. Yeah, I was very mad when I woke up. I'm like, why is there snow?
Yeah.
I thought we were done with this. I know it's unreasonable to think at this point, but.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't over with for sure, but there's always hope, right? And then it comes as a surprise no matter what. When you looked out the window and you see that, it's like, oh, I thought we were going to get
Well, I got complacent. I stopped watching the weather. And that, then it surprised me.
Yes. Well, what we all need is another cup of coffee and a talk about our favorite Hoyas.
Reset of our attitudes.
Yeah, let's just recenter back to 0000. That's what we need, right?
Okay, what are we doing today? So we had talked about talking in depth on Hoya identification, but we were live yesterday doing some planting. Caleb emptied out the prop boxes, and we decided that we need to fill the prop boxes back up. That's more important right now. So we're going to work on cutting plants today. You guys seem to like watching Caleb massacre things. So we're going to do some more of that because we got to get some more plants back in the prop boxes. So
yeah.
I did share in our Facebook group and on our social media, if you have not seen it yet, our website, our new website is now live. And I'm really excited about it because it now has our learning library on there.
Yeah, you guys go check it out. It's really awesome. Nicole did a really great job on it, and it's really cool.
If you go over, you can see it, there's all of our articles from the Google Drive that we always share. They're all on the website now. You can find it in one spot. So make sure that you check that out. If you want, there is Hoya identification stuff in there. If you were tuning in today just for that talk, there is stuff on there already for you.
Our name is Schlief Tropicals.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find us on Palmstreet. We're live right now. But yeah, we're also here on YouTube trying to make a presence, trying to be around so that you can find us.
Yeah.
So we're going to show some beautiful plants today. Then we're going to have some free form plant massacre conversation out in the garden. And that seems to be a fan favorite. A lot of people like to see what we're cutting, what's coming up soon, and how we decide. We'll have that conversation of how I decide what to cut and how much. Sometimes that's a self-deliberation. So let's talk about that. Let's do some cuttings of some pretty plants and
hear what goes on in Caleb's head.
Yeah. Oh, that's scary. I can't tell you all the things, but I can tell you about the plants.
You made it through PlantCon? How many plants?
Oh, wow.
Was it less than 10? Did you do it?
That sounds
that reminds
awesome.
me. I don't know if Elise is here. Elise, I didn't see your picture of your clem until after we had gotten offline. So if you're here, I will share it because it's so pretty.
I didn't see it either.
You didn't? No, I hoarded it all to myself. I saw it early this morning. 12?
12. Okay. That's
all
not
right.
so
I think
bad,
that is a pretty reasonable amount.
That's restraint.
That's just one for every month of the year.
Yeah, that shows tremendous restraint.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Good morning. There she is. Let me see if I can find that picture. Yeah. I saw it after we hung up after we got off the line.
Hung up the phone.
I hung up. How old I am. Don't ask on the Ethereum. Look at that beautiful clem. That is gorgeous.
Oh, wow.
You see it?
Yeah, that is magnificent.
Absolutely stunning.
Those raised
nice
dark
pot,
veins
too.
And big leaves.
It's a big pot full.
Very beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good score on that.
Very pretty.
That was at a local nursery to you, I think you said?
I'm coming to visit you. Let's go to the nursery.
It was a plant show.
Plant.
Okay.
I don't see plants like that at my nursery. So a plant show makes sense.
Should I tell them about the other thing? This is not confirmed yet, FYI. Let's just put that right at the start. Phil shared with me that the plant show that he's doing in Indiana that we were not able to go down to is actually like a traveling show. And they're going to be here in Michigan in December of this year. Applications aren't open yet, but as soon as they are, we're going to submit our application. We're hoping that we can be a part of that. And if you're in the area, we'd love to see you.
Yeah, it's
going to be in
taking
Waterford.
place in Waterford, which is not too far from here.
No, it's about 30 minutes.
So we could actually be there and bring a few plants with us to that. So that's a consideration. It's something to think about. And that would be exciting.
We haven't done an in-person event in a long time. It's been like a year and a half or so, probably at least. So I would enjoy doing that again.
Yeah, so we'll have to keep everybody's, keep your ear to the ground on that. We'll share the news as we get it, but we don't even know if we're accepted. You have to apply.
I can't even imagine walking into me just a shop. They called it the Michigan Plant Show, I think. I'll let you know for certain. I'll post about it.
Is it Michigan or is it regional? Because they were in Ohio.
No, because they called it the Indiana Plant Show when they were there. I don't know. It's like a group that does it. I'm not sure what their name is. If Phil pops on, I'll ask him.
There's just a plant show part, and they just show up in your town. Your town plant show.
Yeah.
We're here. Come on
cool.
in.
Why not?
Hey, it works.
Can you imagine
makes it seem
being
local
the person
no
who
matter
got to travel around and go to a bunch of plant shows?
That would be fun.
If you go to Phil's page, he's there this weekend, I believe, or maybe it's next weekend. So you can check out Gathering Moss. They have current show information on that right now, and then they had probably a link for. I do think they had a list of upcoming shows. See if I can find it.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done anything live, and I think that there are many aspects of that I did enjoy, and so I think it would be fun to do it occasionally. The difficult part is when you're doing it all the time. It's a lot to travel. It's a lot of plants.
Botanical Soiree.
Okay. A soiree of
so
botanical nature.
I just reposted their post. This is their Instagram page. Botanical Soiree. Let's see. Looks like they have East Coast. They're in Syracuse this weekend. Fort Wayne next weekend, Kentucky, Huntsville, Akron, Chesapeake, and then Waterford.
Wow.
Those are their monthly shows listed for this year.
And that's not even the European tour. I don't know that they're doing anything here. Probably not, but that's pretty cool. That's a lot of shows.
See if we can get some more information.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay. But before that, today we have more plants to share with you.
Yes. Should we jump right in?
Sure.
Let's jump right in. We have a tray of newbies. Some of these species you've seen before, just different specimens. Some of these you've not seen before.
Good morning.
But yeah, we have some pretty plants in this tray. Let's begin at the beginning here. We have this gorgeous Mayumi. Very beautiful, dark margined leaf. These get very large as they get established. They start sizing up. And when I took the first cutting from this, the leaves that regrew were like double the size. So very, very beautiful. They also sun stress really gorgeously. This is one of the UPT clones.
No, we don't have a physical shop. We sell out of our house. Our garage is our grow space. Why aren't you letting me pin anything? But if you are interested in finding something or coming by to browse what we have, just let us know, and we can usually arrange for a time for you to do that.
Yeah.
We always warn people, brace yourselves. We'll probably talk your ear off about Hoyas while you're here.
Yeah, we do visitation by appointment because it gets crazy around here, but occasionally we can entertain, someone's.
As long as you're ready for the chaos of our plant space.
Yeah, it does. It gets overwhelming, and I see it every day. So I can only imagine what that's like walking in from the snow for the first time. It's very
I need to go find my slippers. It's cold.
That seems like a good idea.
McGilvery?
Yes. Let me show this beautiful McGilvery, giving its new leaf color. Nice bronze on those new upper leaves. This is a fast grower, but it's very beautiful, and the flowers on this are really, really stunning. When you start getting into the Hoya collection for flowers, this is definitely tops on your list. McGilvery is really, really beautiful, big bloomed flower. I'm still patiently waiting for our mother plant, which it was able to split and give me multiple growth points. So I was able to take some cuttings while growing it out as well. But I only have one mother plant of this, and it's quite large. Those of you who know, I'm on a fence out in the garage. I have a trellis, which I despise, and I highly advise you not to do that. The soil we use is a mix that we make. It's peat, perlite, vermiculite, and fir bark. So I mix it up here, and it works really well. It drains really well. It just keeps from getting compacted. But the bottom line is, our McGilvery, I'm still waiting for it to actually give us a flower. But when it does, it will be a point of celebration, and you will definitely see a picture posted. They're just remarkable, very large flowers, and I think that's something that a lot of people
we don't prop
really
in
want to
soil
see.
though.
Yeah, our propagation method after aeroponic propagation is we put it in our own soil mix.
But we root in aeroponic.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Sorry, that may not have been clear from my answer. Originally, we take our cutting, clone, and that grows the roots, and then we get them established into our soil mix. Those of you who may have seen or may have caught our video last night, we were doing some potting up. So we did 7 trays of plants. So around 90 plants, we said. It
was 98.
98 plants. So lots of new things upcoming.
No.
But again, that's the process that we're following, and it gives us a good success rate and a reasonable turnaround there. So it definitely gives us lots of good choices to put in the tray, hopefully. Here's another favorite of ours. This is an AH041. No, A049.
Yeah, we think it helps them acclimate better than going from water into soil directly.
Yeah.
When you have water roots, when you're just rooting like in a cup of water or something like that, the roots don't have to search for water, right? They're surrounded in it. So you get that spindly, fine kind of root. In the aeroponic propagation, will you grab one out of the clone box? Anything that's root? Well, we took everything out yesterday.
There's probably something left in there.
You can see the difference. The aeroponic propagator is like a box with a sprinkler on the inside of it, and it sprays the root area for 1 minute every 20 minutes, which allows those roots to dry off in between and makes them grow fatter and chunkier and more. So the transition into soil, you tend to have less leaf loss, less dieback on your vines, ready to sell a lot faster for us than if we were just rooting from water or into like moss or some other soil. Soil rooting is fine. We do that for certain species that don't like to be that moist, but it just takes a little bit longer generally for us. Last week, about how we root and grow our high humidity preferring species and how we acclimate them to regular ambient humidity after rooting them in like a high humidity prop box. You can watch that replay over on our YouTube channel if you have any interest in seeing it. He brought in one of the plants, and we're going to go out there later and do a bunch of cuttings into the garage. If you want to stick around for that, you'll see it. This is what the kind of roots that you get off of an aeroponic propagation method.
Now, this particular plant, it is a relatively fine-rooted plant. Mm-hmm. So sometimes with like a carnosa or something like that, you'll get much thicker, chunkier roots. Mm-hmm. But this is typically a very fine-rooted plant anyways.
Sorry, I gotta move this.
But you get a nice amount very rapidly establish itself in soil and acclimate without any drop back. Sometimes when you cut a plant, stick it straight into soil, there's a considerable amount of time before that plant starts to look healthy and hydrated again because it's growing roots under there. It's depleting all the resources in that stem and in those leaves while it's getting itself established. So there's a depletion period and what we might consider acclimation. It's really just the battery on that cutting is wearing itself down as it's pushing roots to rebuild itself. It's starting the cycle over again. If you start with good roots like this, there is no drop back. These leaves stay hydrated and they just start taking that moisture from the soil instead. And then what you have to do is start training them to be dry in between waterings. And then they become acclimated to that. The hydroponic or the aeroponic propagator helps with that and helps them get started on that path. But then you have these healthy roots to begin with. It makes that acclimation process so much more easy of a transition. So we enjoy it. It's residual from our prior, horticultural endeavors. And so it's just one of those things that was an easy transition because it worked so well. We tried it and it worked very well for us. So we've just continued to use it.
We do have over on our website.
Thank you. Nicole did such an excellent job on it. She worked so hard and she made
it's taken me freaking forever.
So that all those chats that we've put all that work into are available in one spot that we can always direct people's attention if they're looking to find out more about a subject matter.
But there is a handout or a blog post now on our propagation method and different propagation methods that you can talk about and what the pros and cons of each of them over there on our website.
Which we love talking about it. It's not something we're gatekeeping about because we want you guys to have all the knowledge we have. Everything we've learned is available to you guys. But it's not always as straightforward as just a short answer. So you have to kind of see the long form, and having those videos available, having that content available gives that access at any time when it's convenient for you. You can sit down and watch that video while you're folding laundry or whatever.
According to Palmstreet, they're going to be integrating with that website provider at some point here so that inventory management will be a lot easier to keep in accurate at both sides, which will mean that we can update our website more consistently. Oh, thanks, guys.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like and share, and it's like buying a plant. If people can find us as a resource, you can't buy a plant from us in Canada right now. You can't buy a plant from us in Europe, but you can view our videos there. You can see the things that we're talking about. And maybe if that interests you and you want to see that, this is just an opportunity for people to absorb those resources as well, even
to
if
bring
you're
our
not
community in further, to have more people, to learn from more people,
Absolutely.
all those things.
Just big makes the circle bigger. We all have a place here. So I think it's very cool, and I really appreciate that. And if we can spread it far and wide, it just makes our group even better, even stronger. When you come to the group with a question,
We're growing for Tori.
I don't think so.
I'll show you it.
But yeah, if you ask a question on the group, if the group is bigger, we have more of a resource to ask. And I think that's where we pull ahead.
It's one of those thin leafed ones that it looks like kind of like Coracea, but green.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
I appreciate you guys.
That's a pretty one,
yeah,
but I don't think I've
flowers.
ever grown that one. Oh, they are cute.
Aren't they?
They look like little lanterns or something. That is adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
We're having a lot more confidence with thin leaf Hoyas lately. I feel like they're doing better over here. We found the right ones, the right style that seem to be less fussy for us. So
yeah,
not all of them, but some of them.
I feel like our soil mix works well for those type of
that one
leaves.
That Patricia.
Yeah,
that's a really
Patricia's
good one.
gorgeous.
It's also got really pretty flowers.
There's another one that's
didn't actually show this.
Oh, this is the AH049.
They remind you of bats. I can see that.
Yeah, it's adorable. I really enjoy that, and I think, yeah, the more confident I get with thin leaf, the more I want to experiment with them, because they do have some very interesting structures and interesting vibes, the way they grow. So I don't know. I've always been fascinated, but also a little intimidated, because they can be a little fussy sometimes. Those thin leaves, they don't give you much margin. And
well, we've found a better way to, happy to enable,
Right.
We appreciate it, to propagate them now too, I think, which was hard because we could grow them, but we were not successful in propagating them for commercial use all the time. Yeah. And now we've kind of got that, I think, dialed in better.
Yeah, definitely that. I think, even if I try some of them in the prop box these days, I have better luck than when I did initially.
I think our water chemistry's dialed in better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyhow, AH049, very beautiful. These have that gorgeous, kind of like an elephant vibe, big, pillowy, splashy, veiny. It's got all those gorgeous vibes, but then they're pretty compact. So they grow a lot of leaves very densely on the vine. So it creates a really gorgeous plant. It definitely is one that can do well with good support. Nice trellis system would benefit this plant, but it's just, those leaves are so stunning. I just can't get over the big blotchy splash on these. And then those veins just pop. I like growing them in moderate light, not too bright. And then they get this really rich green color. And it makes the splash really pop. Super pretty. Again, they can also sun stress. They definitely have a wide range, but I don't know. You know me and my preferences. I like a good dark, sinister looking leaf. All right. Now, here's another one that's got a good range. This is Love Affair. Very beautiful, easy growing. They have this gorgeous vein pattern on the leaf, and they sun stress, and that really comes out. So this is one that you can grow in lower light or high light. However you want to grow it. It grows fast and friendly, and then it grows a beautiful flower umbel. So this one has just impressed me in every way. Every time I cut it, it grows back so quickly, and it's just such a pretty plant. Very pleasing. They're semi-thin leaves. They almost have like an elliptica vibe, but they're not super thin. And they're also not fussy. It's not a plant that's like always going to give you drama. So I really enjoy them. I think they're very fun. And then when they bloom, they're just, it's stunning. Their blooms are very, I don't know, they're intricate, and they have some really beautiful features. So I dig them. I think they're very cool, and it didn't take us long when we got it to get it to bloom either. So it's definitely one that it's very pleasing to own. speaking of pleasing to own, I will forever be beating the drum of this beauty. This is a verticillata FKA Bogor pallida. A favorite of ours just because I feel like they're the unsung hero. They're so pretty. The way they sun stress, the way they grow, they're just understated. But these gorgeous little verticillata leaves that stay slightly diminished, they have really great texture, and they get really nice margins and sun stress. I have one that's like fully purple. It's a different cultivar, but it's a really stunning group of plants. And I think it's just underrated. These little cute leaves, they grow a really nice, they fill a trellis really easily, and I enjoy it. So again, it's one that we've always been trying to bring attention to because we think they're so cool. Easy to grow and very pleasing. Here's another really cool one. This one blooms really beautifully. This is an RCX50. Several plants in the pot. It looks like 2, but they're pretty bushy. So very pretty. This also has elliptica, and it has that shows up. The elliptica's in its parent somehow, right?
Yeah, I have to look it up again. I always want to mix this one and love affair together.
RCX50 is a gorgeous. Its sun stresses really nicely. The flowers are pink. Yeah, they're pink with red centers, I think. Anyways, it's another really easy grower that's very beautiful and unassuming. It gives you that thin leaf vibe without the thin leaf behavior, which I find very attractive in a plant because the thin leaf behavior is very high key. It's hard to keep up with all that sometimes. So those are the plants that don't always do so well around here sometimes, and they have this dramatic life that every day they're on the ropes. And that's not a plant that's gonna jive well with my plant care. So it's an adjustment we've had to make. Of those type of high maintenance plants have just not made the cut. All right, here is a beautiful Achi Bogor. As you can see, that gorgeous vein pattern on these leaves. Look at that new leaf. Super pretty. It looks like a feather, right? I just love these guys. They got, I don't know, they have a lot of character. My suggestion is do not grow them in very bright light, as they'll keep this really nice rich color. The texture on them does get more intense with light, but I found that sometimes they can go a little chlorotic and it's not a very attractive vibe. So keep them in the moderate light and they grow these gorgeous leaves. So I'm a big fan. Also, as you can see, they get that nice purple on the back, which is also kind of cool. But yeah, the Achi Bogor. I think they're kind of underrated. There's a lot of those Achis that everyone's going around saying are great. A bunch of them that don't really get as much notice. All right, here is a Vietnamese species. This is Delat. Very beautiful glossy leaves on here. Gorgeous. Somewhat splashy, but they get really good margins and they grow fast. Nice, robust. Yeah, right?
Yeah, on the last one.
No. Oh, that one.
I'm not sure what's under the stars, but I would agree with pretty much anything you said there, probably. So.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with you there. It's such a pretty plant altogether. So I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
That's funny that they bleep that out.
All right, let me show you about the schlong over. No, not really. That's not how that goes. What we have here is a rangsen with an extremely long peduncle, and then a whole bunch more peduncles at the end of the vine. So very beautiful latifolia rangsen with gorgeous latifolia leaves. And
how much is this?
I think this was at $45. But again, what a bargain! And you have, this is really the sweet spot on rangsen. They grow long vines until they get to the place where they start blooming, and you have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peduncles on this plant. So it's a really pretty plant. It's very compact. When I was growing it, this part of the plant was 10 feet away from the pot.
Definitely.
The pot was still this size though. So it was just growing up and over the fence and up the power cords and into the rafters and tangling with all the other plants. And so it is what it is, but it's a beautiful plant, and
it's definitely easy to neglect, and it'll just keep going. You're right.
Yeah. They're tanks. They just don't stop. So if you turn your eyes from it and you're not paying attention to it, it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing until you direct your attention at it. So that's kind of what happened there is, and then I saw it flowering and it made me even more reluctant to, to cut it. So then, you have to twist your own arm. You know how it is. You know the process. Okay, let's show this beauty. This has got another gorgeous new leaf. This is a Achi Gaia Louie. Another really great textured leaf with beautiful splash. And they just got such a pretty look to them. That gorgeous purple on the back of the leaves. And they're not the largest leafed Achi. That's kind of why I like them, is that they're not trying to take up the whole place. And you get all that beauty of the leaf without, some of them are quite large. And if that's not what you're into, I think that sometimes they can be a bit much to keep a big plant like that. There's quite a few of them that I enjoy growing in the lower light because of the way that they present. Almost all Hoyas can grow in moderate light. You want to see the
Gaia again?
Gaia Louie again. I guess we have to quantify low light or moderate light. Yeah, right. They're fantastic. If you want sun stress, you have to go into the
bathroom light,
the higher candle power. Bathroom light can be tricky if you have a good directional facing window. Then you can get good light in the bathroom. If it's a south facing, often it's not though.
Yeah, I prefer to grow thicker succulent leaves that have a really good cuticle on them, like a carnosa, Matilde, things like that. Because I feel like they, tend to get really rich, deep greens in low light, and they can be watered very, very infrequently and then still keep up with that light, or, not be overwatered because you don't have enough light.
Yeah.
We had a Matilde in our bathroom for years that the thing got watered like a ZZ plant, basically. It held water so long. Yeah.
And I think that it didn't have its best light
there. No, did it thrive? No, but it was pretty.
A north-facing window without any supplemental lighting. Now, the plants that we grow in our bedroom, it's also a north-facing window, but they have a supplemental light source. We put in a light above them. So I have hanging baskets up there, and I have a few plants on some shelves and stuff and on the windowsill, but they do have some supplemental light in addition to what light they get from the window, because I do find that to be, it's not sufficient light for them to be happy.
I think you have to think about the morphology and decide which plants suit that, right? When plants are getting that low of light, they're going to want to push more chlorophyll and larger leaves to try to be bigger sun panels. So leaves that can't do that, like Polynera can't make its leaves a whole lot bigger than they are naturally. So it's not going to have the ability to kind of adapt to that. Yeah. Other plants, Lacanosa sigillatus would probably be okay in a lower light situation if you didn't water. It's just more that you have to be careful not to overwater.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go towards the Carnosa types.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Latifolias can often do quite well in the lower light. Yeah. Off of reflected ambient light, or if you put it right in the windowsill in a north-facing window, they can get enough to do what they're doing. But what that's going to do is encourage larger leaf growth. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's also a desirable characteristic. So depending on how you want your plants to grow, I do think it's within your control to do some influence over how the plant grows or how it acclimates to what conditions you give it. If you put it in your super primo bright spot, you're going to possibly get some sun stress to it. If you pull it a little back from there, you may just get really good healthy growth with rich green leaf color. And as the plant lacks for the light that it needs to produce good growth, it will make larger and larger leaves to catch more and more light. So you're, allowing that plant to think it's in the shade. It needs to soak up more light, so it starts to accommodate that by growing larger leaves. Consider it like a solar panel. Okay, we have a tangamus or tangamus, depending on your persuasion. Very beautiful. These have like those gorgeous lightning bolt veins. I just love these leaves. They sun stress really beautifully. If you give them bright light, they'll turn yellow, red, orange. Really, really also easy to flower. Tangamus has been with us since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the original plants we ordered from Indonesia when we did that original import order, when we were just newbies in the business and just figuring it out. But it's been a great plant. I've really enjoyed it the whole time. It's one of those troopers. Okay, next we have this beauty. This is oh, look at that cute little peduncle there. A Wilbur Graves silver. Nice long vine here. And super beautiful. You can see that nice pink hue on that leaf. Super gorgeous. I'm a big fan of this plant altogether.
I don't have that one.
No?
This way. Trying to get in frame. Okay.
But yeah, it's super beautiful, and the leaves have sized up quite a bit, and they get this iridescent pink that it's so irresistible.
Oh, what's the price on that?
That's a good question. I think this one was $55. Okay. Did we show this one? No. Penny's Treat.
Yeah, he did seem to bring out the big one today. Lower light for Wilbur Graves silver.
I like to put it in the brighter light to get to encourage that pink, lavender, but in the lower light, it will give you beautiful silver and larger leaves. The silver is not contingent on the light so much, but definitely the pink hue is encouraged by the brighter light. I think that's attractive, but again, it's a matter of preference. That it's not unreliable on the silver, so it will grow silver if you put it in lower light as well. Okay, Penny's Treat. Very beautiful. You can see those beautiful speckles on there. That's sun stress. It's just freckles. I think that's cute. It's not a disease. I have to clarify. But yeah, that in bright light turns fully red like that. It's super gorgeous. So I'm a big fan of these guys. They are a sister seedling to the silver dollar. And you can see the characteristics in the shape and texture of the leaf, but they lack the silver. And that silver is very reliable on a silver dollar also. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting to see how genetics work and how a seed pod can produce both of those plants. I think that's very interesting. Okay. Find your home, buddy. Let's go one more plant here. This is one that has been highly anticipated. We have this beautiful Caudata argine. This is going to go in auction, as there's been some pretty high anticipation. We only have the one, so the only fair way to do it would be to let everybody take a crack at it. So very beautiful and elusive.
So we'll run it, and we have more coming. They just won't be ready for a few weeks, but that's the first one off the batch. If anyone is interested still in getting it, it's super pretty. The leaves on our mother plant are getting gigantic. So
yeah, I had to rescue one from the cup because it was like folded up like this, but it wants to be 4 inches long.
How's it been to grow it, would you say, as a species? We were very lucky to be gifted this species last year about this time. A bunch of our community came together and gave us this gift when we had a really difficult time. And we've been incredibly grateful to have it. And it's been a joy to grow.
Yeah. The plant itself has grown very well. Propagation's mixed bag. Caudata can be...
Great job, Kim.
When it comes to propagation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very thin stems are tricky to get to root. And I like it in highlight. I found it to grow really fast and large leaf. But yeah, it's been a good, reliable grower for us, and we've been really enjoying it.
It's been faster than our gold by far.
Big time.
Like seriously faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this last cut is still in the prop box. I took a couple more cuttings off of it, but the mother plant is rebounding already and regrowing, and
good.
But the leaf on it is maybe that long.
I'll have to show you when we go outside.
It's like, again, it started to form and harden off in the cup, so it was kind of like tucked a little bit. Mm-hmm. But it's surprising how large it has sized up.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's jump to the next tray here. We have some beauties over here also. All right. We have Comengiana, outer variegated. Another easy grower with somewhat thin leaves, but they're not dramatic thin. They're just thin. Mm-hmm. So definitely a fun plant to grow. They have a very unique growth pattern. I can see these growing on those little small wire hoop frames or hoop trellises and being really pretty. The new leaves come in with a nice little pink hue on the margins and then solidify and harden off. You get this really gorgeous white variegation. But easy growth and just unique plant. Okay, this is an MB 1497 Erythrina X Geneve. Super pretty. They get these gorgeous red margins, gorgeous splash.
It's really pretty, isn't it? That margin.
It has an iridescence that doesn't come across on the new leaves. It's really quite striking. And it catches my eye. The mother plant catches my eye from across the room. And so like you walk in and it's right there and it just pulls you right in and you're like, what is that thing? It's just, you don't recognize it, right? And so it's just one of those automatic eye catchers. I just love it. It's like eyeliner, exactly. That beautiful, just delicate, dark line on the margin.
From across the room says, cut me.
Yeah, it does. Well, and also when it's grown out and it starts tipping over, it's a pretty good sized plant. So it does need some support. Here's another one. Large leaves, lopsided. Support is the way to go. Something like this wants to have support. As those leaves get larger and larger and add on, you got another leaf grown here at this node, and then there's starting of a new vine there. So this is ready for a trellis. This is Ricardo. Beautiful, large, wonky leaves that I just can't get enough of. They're so cool and so unique. They're like Obovata, but they have so much more character, so much more personality, and they're slightly thinner too. So very unique and interesting. I like this plant a lot.
We have not flowered it yet, but it's got a really pretty pale pink flower.
Yeah.
Nice big umbel of them.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. And you don't have a lot of plants that are named after Rick, but, why not one? I think it's a cool plant. It's a cool choice. And like I said, I would be honored if they named that plant after me. I could take it. All right, so let's show this one here. This is a Bar Gampala. As you can see, lots of new growth. Adorable little cute bronze new leaf there on the vine. Look at that gorgeous. This is definitely one of those sharp-edged looking leaves. Got that gorgeous raised vein texture. Looks like a feather with a beautiful splash all over it.
Yeah, I like the edges of the leaf.
Very, very beautiful. It's been one of those sleepers. I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it, and I already had it. So it was like one of those bonus plants that we received, and maybe it was a freebie or something like that, or we just bought it with a bunch of other plants.
I bought it because I liked the wavy margin on it.
Maybe that's what it was. Like I said, I don't recall how we decided to buy it or whatever, but it's definitely a good one. I'm glad that we did. It's very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want you to get our plants and have to do very little to grow them happily.
Yeah, I think that that's something that it makes it easier to care for them, right? And enjoy them. That you don't have to do a bunch of work. You just enjoy growing it, enjoy having it. And I think that people are willing to buy a plant that makes it easier.
Nobody wants more chores.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're trying to cut down on the chores in the world.
Let us take care of it. We'll pot it up in a nice large cup. It can live its whole life in here. You know, in most cases, I have plants that are 3-4 years old and they still live in the same 16-ounce cup and they're perfectly happy there. Now, when they start acting funny, that's when you have to address it. I do have plants that I've had to upsize quite a bit. It depends on what the plant is, but you evaluate that as you go. But a lot of these can live in these cups happily for a long, long time. That was the objective, though. Check this beauty out. This is fuzzy on the back, but it looks glassy on the surface. Very, very beautiful. Very interesting and unique. This is Sulwanika. Cute little name, cute little plant. You can see. Is
the vine actually fuzzy?
Yeah. Feel it's like pubescent.
But is the vine fuzzy too? No, it looked fuzzy on the camera, but it's not. It's woody.
Yeah, it's a woody vine, but the backs of the leaves are velvety. And it's definitely a favorite of mine. I think that these leaves are very visually appealing. And you can see it's growing quite a dense plant. It's short node spaces, lots of leaves. It's quite convincing.
That like fake plant vibe.
Yeah.
Leaf.
Yeah, it's so glossy and so shiny. And I don't put anything, there's nothing on there to polish those leaves. They're just, that's how they grow. This one even has a water spot on it from watering. But again, they just come in that glossy and impressive look. It's so beautiful. Again, you can see why I was hoarding it and didn't want to cut it at first. I had to have my arm professionally twisted. All right. So we have a beautiful Potsy splash, if you will. This is one that every time it's putting out bigger and bigger leaves and very unique and interesting leaves. I've seen some really beautiful splash on. Potsy is just one of those plants that just never ceases to impress. I feel like the bigger the roots get. Oh no, I feel a sneeze coming.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Maybe one?
It's rarely just two.
I think that was it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was rare. Normally it's at least 3. But Potsy is one of those ones that just keeps impressing. Super beautiful and varying in its splash, but no matter what, they always have an interesting look. Either they get really big and beautiful, they can get really nice sun stress also, and if you grow them in lower light, it seems they're getting really dark contrast, nice splash. And so I just think they're fun to grow and also have one mixed in every shelf, you know. Just call me a weirdo, but I like to see plants grow different ways in different areas. And if you're giving them different environment, they morph in a different way, and then you decide which way you like it best. And so I think that's kind of a cool way to control how the plant grows, at least. All right, here is a Caleb. Very beautiful, nice little leaves. Relatively small or slow growing. In comparison to the Nicole, the Nicoles have grown so much faster. Although we may be sold out of them. I don't know that we have any left. But get your Caleb while they last. I do have a couple more of these lingering about.
We have one Nicole still in stock.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know unless it's not around here.
Maybe.
This one?
Good. Yeah, we sold that one.
Okay. Well, then I will take it out.
I feel like that was the one that was...
We sold it or you hoarded it?
No, we sold it. Yeah. Okay. There was a mishap and it was part of an order. And so it was solded. But nevertheless, I'll have to make some more because Nicole's are very beautiful and everyone should have one. I just need to make some more. Look at this beauty, though. This is a sunshine.
Yeah, not impossible. I'll check later.
That's true. Maybe I might be just delusional and
Making it up
forgot.
entirely.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, he has ridiculously good fingernails and eyelashes for a guy.
Oh, do I? They're full of dirt from planting yesterday. I do try and keep them together as much as I can because it drives me crazy if they're rough. So I do have a good, manicure kit, and my eyes aren't what they used to be, but I have to sometimes break out my
Exactly.
glasses to see what I'm doing. But yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like.
Right past that.
Huh?
They're saying that Nicole's hidden with the fish bones and the Bahoys.
Oh yeah, that's true. There may be a few accompanying plants in the hoard. You guys know me too well, don't you?
Sunshine?
This is a sunshine. As you can see, uncharacteristically, these are growing in a relatively dark space, and they're getting large leaves and super beautiful splash, really rich color. Normally, a lot of people will grow these in the bright light to get them really nice and sun-stressed. Look at this leaf that's tucked down in here. It was hiding in the cup. But I really think they're very beautiful in a
really
lower
pretty
light.
Yellow flower, too.
Yeah. This might be a good if you like this low light vibe.
Oh, look, she picked it at the same time you said that.
It's like we were on the same wavelength. This would be a perfect one. Again, like I said, you can put it in brighter places and let it sun stress, but I also kind of like it how it's growing right now. It's not bad. So definitely a good option. This is another great one, 851. A verticillata variety. These cute little heart-shaped leaves with that really nice splash. That is bright pink. Definitely a good one. It's hard to say like why this is different from the other verticillata splash that we grow, but
so you see them next to each other.
Yeah,
that one gets such more.
Well, the FK parasitica, they're very close in comparison, but there's definitely some differences.
It's much bigger.
Yeah,
than the parasitica.
Yeah, they're both very beautiful. I really enjoy it. I actually cut a few of those parasiticas the other day when I was at Mom's. They were in that giant tote that was mentioned previously in correspondences. Okay, we have 1018 red corolla. Very beautiful, large, pillowy leaves with really nice. These get really nice margins. They've got some pretty splash on these ones, but our mother plant doesn't really have a lot of splash on it. So I can't say they're reliable with the splash like that, but this particular one has some pretty splash on it. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful leaf, and the flowers on it are supposedly really gorgeous also. We looked them up, but it hasn't flowered for us. So I can't show you my pictures of it yet, but hopefully at some point we'll be able to do that. Whenever you buy a plant and it's listed as a certain type of flower, you're hoping that it is the correct listing, but you have to flower it to see. They're losing their shine. One of two things. Sometimes we have atmospheric conditions, and if you can run your thumb across it and it's dust, sometimes plants just get dusty. They attract dust, and that's a possibility. You can shower them in the shower or in the tub. Oftentimes, when a plant starts to lose its luster, though, it's coming from within, and it's starting to show signs that it's not fully hydrated. Especially with Hoyas, they're like full and succulent. They give you that really nice gloss. Unless it's a particular species that's particularly dull or matte. They'll often give you that shine and luster when they're fully hydrated. So if that is a possibility, nutrient deficiency, I guess that's where you have to start is what are you feeding your plant to begin with? I have had people tell me that they're using fertilizer and then they say they're using Super Thrive. And I'm not saying that that's not mutually exclusive, but it's not fertilizer. And so like fertilizer, by fertilizer, I mean something that has a measurable or calculable NPK rating. It'll be 3 numbers in a row, and that will tell you what it is that's actually in there.
Your cuticle is going to be really dependent on your shine. Is going to be really dependent on the cuticle formation of your leaves. If your leaf is struggling to get a lot of humidity, and not that you need more humidity, but it's not getting enough water. Like if you're in a really dry area and you're not watering often enough, your cuticle is going to thin out and you will get less shine. Your cuticle is always also really dependent on the potassium
and calcium.
So if you don't have a fertilizer that's doing that, that's definitely something you should consider as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that most fertilizers will focus on that. I think that there are some things that are sold in the fertilizer genre that are not necessarily fertilizers. So,
I recommend Jack's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we usually tell people to start at half strength. So look at what they tell you to mix on the package, cut it in half.
Yeah. For us, it's roughly around a teaspoon of mix per gallon. But I think that, that's for every watering, that's what we're adding to baseline. And then from there, you're, potentially adding other things intermittently or occasionally. So I enjoy it. I found it to be very useful. And then you don't have to think, oh, well, I need to add banana peels or eggshells, or some of those organic means of fertilization are dependent on bio function that's not in your cup. If you're counting on decomposition as a source of nutrients for your cup, like you're composting in your flower pots, that doesn't actually work if you just put that in there. You have to have bacteria, you have to mix it in, you have to have oxygen, there's ways to make compost, and it shouldn't be next to your roots of your plant, is my point. So I don't advocate for that sort of feeding.
We do use Jack's. We just use the regular houseplant. Well, we use the commercial version because it comes in a larger bag, but it's the same formula, which is called Pete's. But it's the 20-20-20 houseplant version.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not against Miracle Grow. I just found that the Jack's is a more, I don't know. I like it better. So just a matter of preference, but we enjoy it. It's been a reliable source for us.
Inexpensive.
It's inexpensive. It's available.
For the amount you get.
Yeah. So, and if you start using it on the level that we are, then you can buy a 25-pound bag of it. But I don't suggest that most people are going to have use for that by the time it goes bad. It'll get stale. It turns into a big chunk, and it's hard to use that much of it at a time. So keep that in mind when you're buying your product. You can buy a 5-pound bucket of Jack's. It's a nice, easy, resealable plastic bucket. It comes with a measuring scooper. And that's, I think, the most easy way to use a commercial fertilizer, or to get started in that from the baseline. And then as you do your research, do your studies, there's more additives that you can get into if you're interested in that, or if you're seeing some deficiencies. But I would say that loss of luster would point to me towards potential hydration issues. And if you're ever in doubt, our policy is dump it out. If you're ever doubting what's going on in there, and if it's not a plastic cup like this, go ahead and spill the beans and see what's happening in there, because you may find something maybe you didn't want to find, but you definitely are glad you found it sooner than later, because you may be able to still save the plant, or you may be able to reroot the plant, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes we find things in our pots that we didn't expect to find, and then we can be proactive about making it better. So
Lisa had asked if she should be worried about upgrading to Express this week. She's in Michigan too, so I don't think it's necessary if you're in Michigan, because USPS Priority Express is only guaranteed to be 1 to 2 day. It's usually 2 day. With Priority, you're usually 2 to 3 day here in Michigan, so I don't think you're gaining a whole lot if you're that close to us to pay for the Priority Express. If you're on the other side of the country, I would say maybe it's more worth it.
Yeah, it's not far enough away for the pace to make a difference. Like it's going to arrive same time to you. They're getting it as quick as they can anyway. So I wouldn't waste my money on the upgrade. That's my opinion, but I would just wait it out. And I'm pretty confident in Hoya's toughness. And also, the weather that we've been having is not as bad as the weather we had.
But we packed, well, and
yeah,
with that in mind. So,
if there's ever a concern, obviously we have heat packs available. We're in the season where we're putting insulation on everything, so we're still covered on that end. And like I said, I think most of the time they travel indoors with warm government officials that are doing the work, the brave work of the post office. Okay, we have the beautiful and elusive Leonensis. Super beautiful, super stunning. These get really nice pink on their splash if you give them really bright light.
I have a different Leonensis here. I just realized.
Do you?
Yeah, unless this is the same one and it's an old picture. Let me just pull it up here for you.
It's possible.
Come on, preview.
Come back here.
Do you still have that one?
Oh, I do have that one too.
Okay, so this is a different one. Is this the same price?
Yeah.
Can you hold it up again?
Can I sneak this one in on you?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Must have been hiding out. Fantastic.
Oh, nice. Glad to hear that. I always love hearing that they traveled well. I assume we would have heard if it hadn't, but yeah. I'm glad to know that it came to you just how it left here.
Yeah, we do wrap it very carefully to make sure. It's not just cross our fingers and hope, but it's definitely good to hear a positive report. Okay, next we have a mango sunset. There's lots of noise outside from the birds. Their peanuts.
I appreciate you doing that. Thank you for sharing.
Appreciate. Look at this beauty. Oh, those leaves are so nice. They're just so slick and smooth. They look silky and like iridescent, but they're just so pretty. This is a fast grower, fast to flower, and it basically is perpetually flowering.
He certainly likes the call.
Yeah, I actually had a pretty good conversation with my crow friends the other day, and then they woke me up out of a dead sleep in my nap.
I was working on the website at the computer, and the crows start calling outside, and Caleb literally shot awake. And I'm like, did you just wake up because a crow called?
Yeah, they got my number. They knew I was napping, and they're like, I know what I can do. I'll just fly through the neighborhood and fly right over the house calling. I do. I've put some shiny things. I think the jays are taking them, though. Mm-hmm. I have a barrage of jays that have been eating all my peanuts. Mm-hmm. I've tried to put cat treats out there. I tried to put a can of tuna out there.
Scrambled eggs,
tangerines. We've tried quite a few different things, but they'll come up in the tree and they'll talk with me, and they'll go back and forth. I have a call, and I'll be sitting there calling at them, and they'll call back at me, but they don't come for a visit.
Not yet. We're still working on it.
I haven't been able to get them to actually come down and visit me. Now, I'm not standing out there and waiting for them because I've heard that's not the way to do it. But I call a few times. I put out some offerings. They see me. They watch me. And then they just fly around, or they'll fly
probably
over.
Probably not far enough. How far are you placing the goodies away from you?
Well, I put them, there's a spot on the patio, and I've put them out there, and then I go inside. Like sometimes I'll stand out there and call where they can see me the whole time. Like they watch me walk out and fill a plate with peanuts and corn kernels, and then I'll like look up at them and call a couple times, and then I go into the house, and then the jays come.
They've come as close as sitting on the frame of our greenhouse, of our shade tent that goes over the patio, and sat there. They watched me, like they let me walk within 3 feet of them to go put more treats out when they were sitting there, and they just kind of watched. But they haven't like done much beyond that.
Okay.
See, I had a theory about
that. Yeah. I had a theory about that because we can put it out in the yard a little further and have a platform for them. Now we will get torn apart by the squirrels because there's a hungry horde of aggressive squirrels around here too. So
aggressive.
They're food aggressive. They will be here eating nonstop. And if I don't chase them away, they're here. Right now, they're probably out there trying to get what's left of the seed for the birds. I've been doing quite a bit of effort to keep the birds out of, or to keep the squirrels out of the bird seed because that stuff's expensive, and feed them peanuts and corn instead because it's a lot easier to get a hold of. But it's an adventure over here, let me tell you. There's never a dull moment. But definitely I'll have to keep you guys appraised of what happens. Chili flakes in the bird food, yeah. I have done that before. I bought the spicy bird seed, and that worked for a minute. And then I think they got acclimated, and then they started getting a taste for it. 14 squirrels. Yeah, like I said, I don't knock feeding squirrels. Squirrels are interesting creatures, but when you're buying the no mess bird seed to hang over the patio, that stuff's pretty expensive. And so, like, I prefer that the squirrels would eat the cheaper stuff over here.
Yeah, we're just going to do that and just add your own so we're not paying that price.
I move my feeder so that they can't reach it as easy. But our squirrels are pretty acrobatic, and they like leap off the garbage can and they climb up on the feeder, and then they're sitting on the ledge. There's one right out there right now who's eating suet. So, yeah, maybe I just need to mix it in. But hey, these are the battles we fight, right? Trying to direct the feed.
We're only through like a half of the second tray here, so
I better hurry up and do my job, is what you're saying?
Well, you want to go outside, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to show them all. We can always just go outside. But
this is a Danang, another Vietnamese species, but this has very unique and interesting texture to it. It has that sort of window pane vibe. Very beautiful.
No, you guys are fine. We don't mind chatting with you. But
yeah, no, it's not you guys.
All day long.
It's my fault. We started discussing squirrels, and so I let it get out of hand. Squirrel. That's my nature. All right. Last but not least, on this tray, we have the beautiful Silver Obscura. I really love these guys. They're really growing fast and very beautiful. I say these guys because we have multiples. That's just the way I am. You know me. I'm not going to hoard just one of them. So I love them. I think they're very beautiful. They have a very unique silver to them.
No, you're fine. We don't mind the tangents. I'm just teasing him because I can.
Yeah. We don't have any place to be or anything. So we're going to go outside in a minute. We're going to show you guys some plants chopped. And hopefully you'll find that interesting. That's the idea anyways, right? All right. So what else do we have? Do we want to show plants? Do we want to just go outside? I'll show some more plants. Let's show some more plants. We're not done yet, right? Let's show a few more. And then we'll go out there. The plants. Show the plants. Oh, here's a pretty one. Look at this one. We have what looks like a whole horde of, maybe it's just one. Boy, that's a big stem. This is a Pubicalix splash. You can see how robust the growth is. I'm just a huge fan of this plant altogether. Pubicalix is one of those gateway Hoyas for us. Early on, it was one of the ones that just stole my heart. That beautiful splash for the price. Now, mind you, at this time, when we started getting into Hoyas were very expensive. A lot of the beautiful splash was big money. This comes along with these gorgeous leaves, and it was so affordable. And I'm just like, people are missing the big picture here. Pubicalix splash is undeniably gorgeous. So again, it's just one of those unsung. It's a norm. It's a regular plant, so people don't think much of it. But
yeah, that's how a lot of people find it.
Of some really beautiful leaves, and so yeah, it's a gateway Hoya, right? It starts you down that slippery slope, and then you start collecting things like Bordini. Another really interesting and beautiful plant, but you get these elongated leaves with prominent veins. Sun stressed really nicely, and also the flowers are really beautiful on this one. So another really gorgeous expression of how unique and different Hoyas can be. That's what brought me in. once I saw the beautiful splash on some and silver on others and the sun stress on others, it was just like this range, this beauty. I never knew there was so many cool things you could grow in your house. So
yeah, it always surprised me that people say, all Hoyas look the same coming from like the philodendron world. Like there's barely any difference in your philodendrons. And
I remember when you used to
I
say
used
that.
to think it too. You're right.
It's definitely a perspective thing. And
but there was a lot less Hoyas available when I was saying that too.
True.
There was like 9 on the market.
Yeah. When exposed to the wide variety that we see now, it's hard to deny the range. But yeah, back then there was how many different carnosas you could buy, and Shepardii, a couple of oddballs, but really not things like this. Af for Bessie, UTO 112. You didn't find this on every street corner. It's super gorgeous. It's got that pink splash and that unique leaf shape. Super beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice size plant.
Yeah, it is. Definitely a good one and a unique one. Not one you see all the time. So here's another cool one. This is a Fecci Fusco. Very reliable, easy grower that it's got some stunning leaves that show off all the characteristics.
Too. Yeah. That's a good point. We walk around like Hoya, 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 Hoya.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what's this kind? Like also a Hoya.
Yeah, they're all so many Hoyas and then a couple of somatophiles and monsteras. Okay, Sigillatus, dragonfly, elongated, beautiful sun-stressed leaves. This gets really nice purple and super splashy. The flowers on it are beautiful and large and Sigillatus-like, but it's super pretty. Hard to say. I don't know if this is my favorite Sigillatus variety, but they are really quite striking, and I think they probably are the largest leaf.
So the largest we grow.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of them. I think they're very unique and interesting, and like I said, I went down the slippery slope of Sigillatus. So,
well, like 2 years ago, they were like the hot thing.
Yeah. And I still have most of them around that I've collected during that time. It's just they may not be in production, but they're definitely very beautiful and valued in our collection. Okay, next we have this beauty. This is a Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, that's nice. What a sweet thing for her to do for you. My granddaughter collected all my tags and brought them to me.
Oh, that's so kind. She means well. I brought you all these. They seemed lost. Oh, dear. Oh, my. That's fun. What an adventure there, huh? Well, that'll be your afternoon. All right, we have Renuensis. Another amazing, beautiful, uniquely textured leaf. They get this really great mid-rib crease with these really wavy, I don't know, it's a stunning leaf. Next thing you know, they start adding up and you get a whole plant full of these really beautiful leaves. And it flowers really easily too. Renuensis is one of those leaves that as they form, it looks fake. It's got that stripy vibe, but it just comes in with this prominent velvetiness to it, and it's quite striking. As they mature, I think it gets a little bit more subdued, but initially as they're forming, they have that like anthurium iridescence to it, or that, I don't know how you would describe it. It's very interesting. It's hard to put words to, but it's very beautiful. The Renuensis is definitely one of our favorites. It has that sort of Finlaysoni vibe, but in a very unique sort of way, which I find very appealing. You know how big of a fan I am of the Finlaysonis and Bahoys and things like that. So it's got a lot of those same characteristics, just amped up in all those pretty ways. This leaf structure that's uniform like that, I find to be very appealing. When you get a nice plant going of it and it's on a nice trellis, I think that really adds something. That's one that I've actually sized up quite a bit. The mother plant on that is probably actually one that I should be giving a haircut to. Mm-hmm. All right. Anna Cajon. Again, look at those gorgeous leaves. Gorgeous margins. They're velvety fuzzy. That's my favorite about this plant is they're so pettable. And the leaves are quite durable too, so they don't really seem to mind being petted. I've never seen a negative effect of it. So some leaves you're like, okay, they're pretty and they're velvety looking, but I don't actually want to touch them because I'm afraid it's going to damage the leaf. These seem to be quite tough and durable. Also, the plant itself can take a missed watering. It's not a fickle plant. It's very easy to grow, but also very beautiful, and it flowers really pretty too. Large sigillatus-like blooms. It's such a cool plant. I really enjoy it. The more sunlight you give it, the darker these margins get on the leaves, and they're very, very beautiful. Okay. I already showed that one. We have a sunrise. Again, a reliable staple. The sunrise is just easy to keep happy. They're easy to grow. They're easy to sun stress. They're easy to bloom. They're just easy to love. This particular cultivar has been giving us some pretty nice large size leaves. Typically, I don't think you see them get that big, but very, very beautiful. I enjoy this one because it just, the fragrance of the flowers. When they bloom, you can smell them through the whole room. It fills the whole house with a nice fragrant scent. Like your grandma came to visit and she wore a little too much perfume or something. It's like residual. It's like, I don't know. I think it's very cool. But it definitely has that rose water floral scent to it, you know, very fragrant and floral. Okay, next we have this beautiful Bahoy, a favorite of ours. As you well know, I'm a big fan. These are mostly what I keep in my hoard. The floorboards are nearly full of them.
Who brought that one in?
Or people like to imagine it that way.
Or when we were potting to show. But you're going to cut that today, you said?
I think I am.
I think everyone's going to need a moment of
silence. It's going to be dramatic.
First.
Very dramatic, I bet. But yeah, it's time. It needs to be cut. The leaf is fully hardened off, and it's ready to go.
You're just going to take that one cutting off it? Or yeah.
Well, I did just take a couple.
His name on the back of the leaf. I know you do.
Well, I don't have to write Bahoy. I don't think it needs a label. I'll remember that one. So, all right, check this beauty out. Colonel Meekins, another fuzzy back with a glossy looking surface. These have grown really easily. They get a really beautiful white flower, and I'm just a big fan of them. Overall, they've grown really fast. Nice thick woody vine there. It takes to a trellis really nice and easily. Need a photo?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Not last. Next, we have this beautiful Aphlamby. Super beautiful. They have the greatest texture to them. I really enjoy it. It's kind of like a nail file. It almost feels like rough like that. But they have this really great bumpy texture down this wavy texture down the margin that's very unique. I never have to label these guys in the propagator because they just have that unique vibe. You know exactly what this is. It doesn't look like anything else. Purple midribs, of course, but they can get some really gorgeous splash. They can sun stress to a full red. They have quite a bit of capability. I prefer growing them in the lower light or high to moderate light where they're getting a little bit of that pink sun stress on the splash, but they still maintain that really nice green color.
Yeah, we flowered ours for the very first time this year, and it was really exciting for us.
Yeah, it's gorgeous flower, too. It's like a green, fuzzy, super cute. Okay, next, Shepardii. Another unsung hero. This one has got, look at how long that leaf is. Like a string bean. So cute. I really love this one. This particular cultivar is extra long and extra skinny on the leaves, and I just find that to be very appealing. They don't always grow like that, but this particular one is so, I don't know. special, I guess. They grow fast, and as I've been told, I haven't grown it for long, but they flower fast too. But a very beautiful, the blooms stink, huh? On the Schlief. Sometimes they don't have a pleasant smell. I think that's acceptable occasionally because, hey, they can't all smell like roses, right? But those are the ones you just don't sniff, that's all. There's ones that smell like ginger that you're going to want to smell every time they bloom, and ones that smell like skunk cabbage or something like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know one that does, but I'm just saying, like,
take it out of the house. Wow.
Really? I have had to take a lacanosa out that was over blooming. It was outperforming itself. That was the Mr. Tent, was it?
Yeah.
That was in our bedroom, and it was noxiously fragrant, let's just say. It was like, I don't know, 30 or 40 different blooms or peduncles that were in bloom, and it just was so much perfumey. It was too much. So we did have to take it out. So I know the feeling of having to make accommodations for a plant to move somewhere because of a temporary situation. I haven't cut that one in a while. I should.
While we're out there?
Yeah, maybe I should do that. We'll add that on the list. We'll give it a little chop. Because that's a good one. Poonsik is a great one. Mr. Tent is also another great one, but Poonsik is one of my favorites. Okay, next we have this beautiful Marili. Very beautiful, large leaf variety that gives you these gorgeous pillowy leaves. Easy to grow, also easy to sun stress. Give it a little bit of light. They get really nice red margins on the leaves, and give it a little more light. They get fully red, but very, very beautiful and easy to grow, Marili.
See that? That one? No, the other one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But very easy. I love these big glossy leaves. They kind of look very pillowy. But one of our mother plants is growing over at Mom's, and it's getting a little bit more light, and then that red is really coming out. It's super pretty. Okay, RB Dick, another really great one for their unique and interesting leaves and easy growth. Kind of remind me of Viola a little bit and Larissa a little bit, and they've got some real vibes. I dig them, and they're easy growing, but yeah, understated, I would say. Not really one that you hear a lot of talk about. People don't like to talk about their dicks, but I don't know why. They should. Okay, we have...
I think that one may have sold.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I have more if we need more. Micro Dwarf. If you guys want to see more, let me know. I have more in stock. Okay, we have this adorable little Camille. Carmele. I say it wrong every time. Carmele is the cutest little leaf. They're thicker than they look. It's a little bit thicker and chunkier than it seems, but they're adorable and easy growing, and I just love them. They also have a cute little flower, too.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Elliptica Splash. Super pretty. Easy to grow. This guy grew very fast for us and gave us beautiful flowers, and it's just in a cup like this. In the past, I've had to move my ellipticas into larger pots to get them to flower successfully, but this particular cultivar didn't seem to mind being in a relatively small cup. Elliptica Splash. Okay, here's that other Leonensis that we were talking about. Look how beautiful that leaf is. I believe this is a different plant. Same cultivar, just a different specimen that was cut.
Different mother plant?
Yeah, a different mother plant. But look at the size on those leaves. Very, very beautiful. This one came from Mom's, the one that's growing over there. Mm-hmm. And they're so pillowy and big and wonky, and I just think that's so stunning. So, definitely a good one. The Leonensis. Okay, here is another Delat. Again, you can see that really interesting texture, the glossy shine, and those nice dark margins. Multiple growths, multiple vines. Super pretty. Okay, next we have Queensy, Latifolia Queensy. Gorgeous, great color. I love the green on green with the variegation on these, with that little bit of some white in there. Super pretty. Easy growth too for a latifolia. They've been very reliable and very easy. I didn't lose any of the propagations on this, which I was surprised by. Often I'll lose at least some, but they all propagated well and did really good. So, okay, next we have Sigillatus intervariegated. We have tried to propagate many variegated Sigillatus. The intervariegated has been the most successful for us. We've really enjoyed it, and our mother plant just keeps regrowing, and it's so pretty. I don't know. I was a little underwhelmed when I saw it initially, and I wasn't super impressed with trying to buy the plant when it first came out. I was like, whatever, we'll get around to it. But when I finally got my hands on it, I was like, oh, this is a really pretty plant, and it's a lot more impressive than it seems. That splash on the color, on the variegation, it's quite pretty. So it is one of those ones that it's hard to describe how pretty it is. When you see it, you know it, but yeah, it's hard to convince. Okay, next we have Botanica. Really great, easy sun stressor. You can see it gets that really nice bronze sun stress to it. This doesn't require super bright light to give you that sun stress, but it's just an easy grower, and yeah, nice elongated leaves. Trellises really well, and it's nice to have a plant that doesn't require super bright light to do.
They would get real super purple, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next we have this Swiffer's Dream. Gorgeous leaves. These remind me of Keiki, but with more of a cup shape to it, more cupped down. Really interesting, glossy, shiny leaves. Super dense plant. Lots of growth on very short node spaces. So it gives you this really gorgeous overall look of just a shiny leaf. Super impressive looking. Fills the trellis really nicely and really easily. And then it has gorgeous flowers too. So what's not to love? Very beautiful. Swiffer's Dream. Okay. Come back here. Stay with me, Brad. Don't fall off the tray. Okay. This Mount Rainbow is trying to tip over and flop out of here. So let me show it first. Very beautiful, slightly off-centered, but look at how gorgeous these leaves are. Elongated, latifolia type. This Mount Rainbow is super pretty. Less of an individual definition of the veins than some latifolias.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? It's raising its hand. To whoever may answer, it's raising its hand towards you. Select me. I'm the one. I'm the one you want in your life. Right? Trying to jump out of the tray and into someone's basket. All right, we have Silver Lady, another favorite of ours for their ease of growth and their ability to quickly flower. They don't take up a ton of space, and so I think overall they're just a very pleasing plant to grow. They can get a really nice sort of lavender sun stress to them, and it's just a really beautiful plant. Sometimes we love our big leaves, and they take up a lot of our space and a lot of space in our hearts, but there's room for these small plants somewhere in your collection, I think. And it helps to fill in the spaces in between. Sometimes you got to have a big leaf. Sometimes you got to have a small leaf. Another small one, this is that Gaia Louie, Akshi Gaia Louie. Look at that splash on that new leaf. Super stunning. I love the texture, but again, this is one of those leaves that fits in between your big plants. It's not a huge plant, but it gives you a lot of visual appeal.
Yeah, that one sold.
For a relatively small leaf. This one sold too?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need more? shout it out if we need more. So I may have backups for some of these plants, guys. If you're looking for one and you saw that it sold, don't hesitate.
Good grab.
It's a good grab, yeah. They're a great plant. I think highly underrated, but very beautiful. Okay, next we have, this one actually is the last of it. This is a marginata.
Not a small leaf.
Not a small leaf, yeah. This is one of those big boys, and not ashamed of it either. You give this guy a good trellis, and you will have a bunch of these big, beautiful leaves like this. Also a very beautiful sun stressor if you give it the bright light.
The new growth also comes in a really pretty red, which means the whole plant is really colorful as it's growing in a trellis, which is nice.
Yeah, you can see this new leaf is still sort of taking shape. But it's such a pretty leaf. I really enjoy how they grow and how they sort of start real small and develop into a nice, big, beautiful leaf. That journey is kind of fun to watch. It's not just, being big. It's becoming big. That's fun, So it's part of having the joy of ownership of a plant. I think that's one of the things that we tend to underestimate, but I do think that's a big part of it. Check this beauty out. This is Sangii outer variegated. Look at that cute little new leaf with that pink. Adorable, fast grower, fast to separate and split into multiple vines. And so this will turn into a really nice full cascading plant all on its own. But I'm a huge fan of it, how it's grown. It's very durable and very easy to grow. It looks like it's going to be very sensitive, and I thought it was, but this is a great plant. It's easy to grow. I can't wait to see it flower for us. Sangii. It's fun to say, too. So there's that. Some of these are just really fun to say. Capit Borneo. Not really that fun to say, but really fun to look at. They're super pretty. I think
these are adorable.
Yeah. I like the roundness on the end of the leaf. I love the veins. It reminds me of a lot of the Finlaysonis that we collected when we first got into Hoyas. And I think that's very compelling. That lightning strike vein pattern is just, it's gorgeous. So it's easy to love. Okay, here's another one that's easy to love, dappled gray. It's a carnosa type, big, large leaf with great splash, nice thick leaf. It's very verbal. It tells you when it's thirsty. And it's just an easy grower. Really nice, thick, woody vine. You want to train this onto a nice trellis. Or if you want, I'll let it cascade, but you have to give it some gravity because it's going to start pulling down pretty heavy when it gets big. Put it in a nice heavy cashpo on a shelf and let it cascade down the front. Also a really great look. So a lot of variety in the way you can grow it, but it's just beautiful either way. Dappled gray is beautiful, large leaf carnosa. Okay, here's another one of those beautiful Carnosa Wilbur Graves silvers, showing its pink on that new leaf and a couple of new leaves forming on the vine. Super beautiful and easy to grow. I just love this Wilbur Graves. Okay, not as fast to grow, but just as rewarding. This is Michele, beautiful silvery leaf. Note there's a little cosmetic damage there, mechanical only, but look at that beautiful leaf. A lot of silver, very pretty. These are slow growers, but as you can see down here by the node, there's a whole nother vine growing in addition to this vine. So definitely very beautiful. And it's rewarding in a different way. Some plants grow fast and they're rewarding because you get lots of leaves very quickly. This is one that each leaf is so beautiful, you didn't mind waiting for it. So it's a different way to appreciate plants, but...
Yeah, we learned from April that the proper pronunciation is Michele. We called it Michelle for a long time, too.
I thought it was, but it's actually named after a person, and so you can say it wrong. Unlike some of these names you can be creative with. Like sometimes you have to say, I'm sorry, I said it wrong all this times, and you have to learn to do better. That was one of those instances where I was like, oh, I was saying it wrong the whole time, and I felt like, like I should. So I called it Michelle for the longest time, thinking that was the likely pronunciation of what I read. But it is, in fact, named after a person who is Michele. So
it's hard because so many of these species we've only ever seen written. Yeah, you don't hear anybody else talk until live shows.
Yeah,
we didn't really hear anyone mention these things ever.
And I think often it's a duel of perception when you hear one person pronounce it one way and other people are pronouncing it another way. I guess you just pick your favorite and go with it. But there are some people who are a little more knowledgeable on it, and April is one of those people where I would trust her pronunciation of, Pan-Asian or Asian words. I think she's got a grasp on those things. So I would trust her more than me on those things.
Yeah.
But that's why. And, Miro too. People have put a lot of time and energy into learning that stuff more than I have. So don't trust how I say it. I just read the most likely pronunciation. But yeah, Michele is one that I learned better after pronouncing it Michelle for way too long. Here is Helwigiana. I'm pretty sure how that's pronounced. Either way you pronounce it, it's super gorgeous. The veins on these leaves, they really pop when you give it a little light. And the more light you give it, it looks like a candy bowl.
Yeah.
Purples and deep reds, and it's just stunning. So a favorite for that reason. Also, gorgeous flowers that are very forthcoming too. So that's definitely a good reason to keep a nice sized Helwigiana plant around, is that they're going to keep flowering for you pretty regularly. I also think that as long as they're compatible, if you were trying to breed by seed, how the frequency of their flowering, and also they're just very distinct and very beautiful leaves. So as long as the genetics are there, I would suggest that would be a really good candidate for a crossbreed of a cross-pollination situation. Just spitballing, All right, here's another beautiful Finlaysone for you. Finlaysone sucrin.
Oh, thank you.
Really, really beautiful leaves. I love these guys. Yeah, they just get so pretty.
There aren't many plants I want to hoard, but if this one doesn't sell, it might get hoarded. I might keep it in our bedroom for a while. It's so pretty.
Yeah, they're hard not to love. They have almost a clemensorium.
It's like a Finlaysone Bahoy cross or something. Like that's what it seemed like to me.
I could see that. They have the more prominent veins, like a Finlaysone, but they definitely have the splash and the presence of a Bahoy.
More splash than most Finlaysones.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I would agree with that too. They also have this pretty predominant downward curve that they make, and it's really appealing, I think, in mass especially. Yeah. It comes across as a real cool vibe, so I dig them. Definitely one that we need to grow a large mother plant out. But it's one that I've cut too frequently because it's in higher demand. It gets regular haircuts.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the super fastest. Definitely
not. No, I wouldn't say.
Isn't
I wouldn't
it pretty?
Put it up there.
Yeah, if you've not Googled what that looks like, definitely.
Yeah,
Helwigiana when it's sun-stressed. Is this last tray?
Last tray.
Last tray, and then we'll go outside.
We're there, folks. We're there. All right, here's another one of those gorgeous Fusco Fetchies. You can see showing out. Super gorgeous. Nice margins. Beautiful plant. Okay, here's another great one. This is a Natalie. We haven't offered this one for a minute.
Sorry, Elise just sent me a really pretty picture of what a Helwigiana can do. Like, if we can ever do this to one of ours, I'd be amazed.
Again, what I was showing you is very understated for sun stress. Look at this. Yeah. That's so nice.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All the Gothic vibes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I strive for ours to look like that. Ours are
not purple. Ours are more red.
And even on the fence out there, they're not getting enough light to get that kind of color. I feel like that's a morning sun kind of a color.
Yeah, outdoor morning sun.
I know where I'm putting mine in this summer.
Yeah, right on the end over there.
Yep. So, inspiration for us all. That's gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that picture with us. That's very nice. All right, we have Para Elbow. I really love these guys. I think they've got a really cool texture to the leaf. They're sort of chalky, subquintiple nervous-esque, I would say. But I say that it's slightly confusing because they're much smaller than our subquintuple nervous. It's texture comparison only, but they are very interesting. They grow very quickly, and I just think they're so pretty. That really gorgeous variegation on the margin starts out with a nice little pink line around the outside, and it's like as if it has batteries. It's so pretty. It lights it up and then develops into that gorgeous variegation. I just find it to be so appealing. I don't know why. I can't fully explain it or articulate it, but it's just such a pretty plant. It's easy to grow too, so very appealing. It's like incrusata, but not fussy. I would say it's not as temperamental. Now, when you go to propagate it, that's a whole different story. I did find that those stems can be a little susceptible, and we had a little bit of mixed
Thanks,
bag.
Kim. We appreciate you.
But at any rate, we have a AH001 species Vietnam, another really great leaf shape with gorgeous splash. Fast and easy growing. They've just been one of those crazy additions to our collection. AH has a way of just making really pretty plants. So get yourself an Aloha Hoya if you have a chance. They never seem to let me down. We have, I don't know, what,
dozens,
30 of them probably, of various types. And they're just, we have so many different varieties of different plants that are AH variety, sigillatus.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty prolific in their cultivation. So.
Yeah. So it's a good one. Definitely don't sleep on it. Check this one out. This is one you might not have heard of. Sumbawa. Very interesting, beautiful, dark colored leaf. Semi-thin, but not, I wouldn't say thin exactly, but I would call it semi-thin. They have a really nice, rich color. So this is one that I would suggest for your bathroom windowsill. And a really nice little small, delicate trellis. They're not huge leaf. They're not heavy vine, but it's just such a pretty leaf. Very appealing. I feel like this has got that draw you in characteristic, but very subtle. I love it. I love that rich color to it. Okay, here's another one. It's growing right across the whole tray. This is a KP02, large and in charge. This is a subquintuple nervous X verticillata X. So that's one parent, and then unknown. So this is an unknown seedling. Super beautiful, easy to grow. I really am impressed with the fact that they have definitely have some verticillata characteristics with that midrib or mid vein, and then definitely have some subquintuple nervous vibes as well, with somewhat the shape of the leaf and slightly the texture, but not quite. It's like a good mix of the parentage here. So I do think this is a very interesting one and one to keep an eye on. I'm wondering how this is going to flower.
Yeah.
They both have somewhat of a similar look to the flower, but the size is different. So I think that'll be interesting. Okay, next we have Jennifer. This particular specimen has a really chunky peduncle here and new growth here with that gorgeous dark, rich color. Jennifer is one of those ones that's got very reliable but slow growth. And they have these really gorgeous, rich, this looks prehistoric. This is like a Finlaysoni back in the Stone Age or something to me. Like back when there was dinosaurs roaming around, this is what Finlaysonis looked like. Right after the ferns came Jennifer. I don't know. Maybe.
Footnote, narrator, not
right?
True.
Actually, completely false. But yeah, not likely. Interesting, but not likely. Okay, next we have this beautiful Noel. Very gorgeous, large, chunky leaves. I really think these are really pretty. I think this has that potential to grow a really nice, dark, rich colored leaf with that gorgeous splash. And I just think they're easy growing.
Ours have been in a higher light situation.
Yeah. On our shelves, they're getting a little more light than what I'm referring to. At the end of the shelf, where the light runs out and there's still a little space on the end of the shelf, I think that's where the sweet spot is for some of these lower light loving plants. Okay, here's one that's grown out quite a bit. This is a verticillata splash. Super gorgeous. Depending on where you grow these, you get more splash in the brighter light or less splash in the brighter light, more dark margins in the brighter light. So the lower light, you get darker colored leaves and more splash, but the dark margins come out when you put it in the brighter light. So very beautiful. And as you can see, this is a pretty full plant here. And last but not least, we have Disanthia. This is not the splashy variety that we have sometimes available, but this is just the regular plain Jane green one. Very beautiful and easy growing. They have an interesting texture to the leaf. You can't feel any, there's no bump for the midrib on the back of these. So it's similar to a carnosa in texture, but very unique in that way.
I don't think you showed that, Natalie.
Natalie? Yeah, we did.
We have a Natalie. You did show it?
I did.
Oh.
Did you not list it? Oh.
No, I didn't pin it.
Natalie is right here. I thought I had showed it, but maybe not. Adorable. Natalie. They get really great margins too. And they also size up quite a bit. Our mother plant is over at Mom's, and again, growing in medium light, and it's giving us some much larger leaves. So,
well, if you were here yesterday, so you saw what's coming. That'll be ready around the end of March. So it'll be just in time for you. All those beautiful plants that got potted up yesterday. Yeah, we have a couple trays that are coming up. Really, yeah, it's back here on the floor. It's getting cut. So that should time out pretty close. They're not usually too slow. Yeah, but we gotta cut a bunch more things. Keep working down the trellis off the fence to get ready for spring. Spring's gonna be here before we know it, and then I want to make sure that we're ready to take plants outside because last year spring was very chaotic and hard for us. But once it's, we were not prepared for it, and then plants didn't get outside till later than we wanted them to. So this year we're trying really hard to be ready so we can get the most outdoor growth as possible. After planning a first birthday, yeah, I understand that. What are we doing next week? I think we might go live on YouTube next Saturday again. Waiting to see for sure. Any topics you guys want us to focus on next week? I think Caleb ran upstairs for a minute and then we'll go outside. So I can probably just take the camera out there while he's doing that. Turn it around. Let's travel. It is bright out here. Crest slash. Ours grows at the end of the shelf, so kind of lower-ish light. But we also grow it terrariums in highlight, and it does fine there too. I think you see more of the veins in highlight. Whoa. But the splash is pretty stable for us, I think, in any situation. All right. What are we going to make him cut today? Should we do big leaves or little leaves? Does anyone have anything to say about that? Ooh, I see something pretty back there. I might have to get cut. I wonder if he's cut that recently. Ooh. EPC? Yes, all of the above? Okay. 1 of each, or 9 of each, maybe. How about that? The fence is nearly... Let's turn around here. Wrong way. It's coming. There's only a few things left on that fence.
Yeah, there's been some progress out here.
Yeah. The general consensus is they would like you to cut 1 of everything.
1 of each, huh?
Or 9 of everything, maybe.
That would work.
Okay. What are you?
Dead ending here.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 of each for all 41 of them.
I know there was a few things on the list.
Okay, so let me
like
move this
the
out
definite
of the way.
list of things.
The boy's inside, so boy is inside.
Okay, yeah, we need to get
We need to
that.
cut that.
Let me grab my tray over here.
Let's start and work our way around, I guess.
Okay.
What's that right there?
Okay, that's that species Indonesia 04.
Did we cut that last time?
No.
No.
Nope, we talked about it. We did not. It is right there. Come out, wherever you are. Ooh, we have a new leaf hiding back there. Very pretty. Very Heidi. So yeah, as you can see, how it started out was relatively small, but it is sized up in a very appealing way.
Yeah.
So we can
be cut or not yet.
We can give a little bit of a trim to it. Let's see. I think what we should do is set it down here, and then maybe we take it from there.
So how did you decide how much to cut off there?
So what that's gonna What that's gonna do is that's gonna produce 3 cuttings there.
So 1 on the bottom, this note here, this note here.
Yeah, and that will preserve this new leaf that hasn't formed yet. And if I cut that right now, this leaf will probably blast. And so I would only be left with this leaf.
Will this leaf blast down here?
It will be left with this leaf and likely will stay.
Oh, okay. So it's got that other leaf there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I cut this one and the new leaf is here on the same node, oftentimes those ones will blast. Whereas one further down the length of the vine, this has all the energy that's retained in all that stem. And now you can root it at the bottom and has that leaf to feed it and this leaf to continue to feed it. So you'll have a lot better success rate, in my experience, with that level of cut.
Where is your tray? Can you bring it?
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
You can just throw that whole thing on there. Sometimes I cut them individually. Sometimes I cut the whole vine and then just cut it individually at the propagator. So it just depends on how I'm feeling that day, I guess.
Let's see. What else?
Should we do some of these melons? Yes, no? Anybody interested in melon?
Yes, they said.
Now, the melon has a propensity to grow into my saw, which is on the top shelf here. So, what we will do...
If I come over here, I can see better.
Reposition our clip here. And we will take... from there, maybe. So we're going to get some good cuttings out of that because these are all hardened off leaves. And then towards the end where the leaves are still young and new,
yes,
we'll maintain... Yeah, there's a chop saw up in there hiding out from back in the olden days of contracting.
That is a ficus, Audrey.
Yeah, right.
Just hanging in the back. Ficus is in where he can.
Right. It's just subtle, you know. Just hanging out in the back.
Around the other way, so I can see the back and front leaves. Pretty. Gross. Yeah, Caleb likes ficuses too. He'll tell you he doesn't, but he's got like 6 of them.
Yeah, they're contagious. Look at this little cutie. When they start out that cute, how can you resist, right? What else do we need to take some cuttings from?
Okay, let's see what's in here. We already cut this, but I'm going to show that leaf because
isn't that gorgeous? Yeah,
that's nice. What about this? We haven't tried propagating that yet, have we? Pax County?
We have not. No, we have not. Although it does look like it needs a sip.
Water before you want to.
A little bit of water before cutting.
Okay.
This is another one that I need to give a little drink to before cutting.
We cut this. How are these doing? Where are those at?
I just potted them up yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be seeing some results on those pretty soon.
What's the splashy back there?
That one, the big leaf one?
Yeah.
That is 023 Paterwally. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. Should we cut that one?
Yeah.
Come out, wherever you are. We're everywhere you are. Look at this. That's a wherever you are, or wherever you are.
Trellis.
If I ever saw one.
Ridiculously long vine of nothing.
Yeah, right?
Maybe you should trellis it first?
We're going to set this on the ground here to take some of these cuttings off because it's just going to flop over like that.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, Elise. I'll show you. Let him cut this. She wants a pan of the garage to show her husband, but I'm waiting till you're done.
Okay, so that's a couple nice, generous cuttings. And now we have achieved balance again. So now we'll stay up.
All right, so standing here back at the door. How big is our garage?
It's about 14 by 18. Somewhere in those.
It's, industrial or, it's used for business. It's not.
Yes, it's very utility.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, utility.
It's not pretty, it's functional, right? So we're not going to cut the Paxtonia until we get it a drink.
Okay.
Let's look at...
Is it time for dum-dum-dum?
Oh, should we go get it?
No, that one.
The latifolia?
Are we ready to say goodbye to that yet? Oh, it's going to be so hard.
Well, here's the thing about it. This leaf is still forming, but it's formed enough that I think it would stay as long as it was kept with the last set, which is pretty narrow.
It's not ready yet. It's okay.
Margin. Here's the thing about this. Is
yeah, we don't have nice enough cars to keep in our garage, so.
Here's where I would cut to, because we have a new leaf forming. Yeah. I wouldn't want to cut this short of its life, so I would only be able to cut to there. That's going to give me 1, 2, possibly 3 there. We could do it if you want. Should we do it? I'm sure the vote's going to be yes, isn't it? Everyone wants this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Ready? Are we ready? Oh, it's happened.
It's happened. There's no going back.
I've done a thing. Look at that. That's pretty. Oh, yeah. That's a latifolia silver, all right. And very pretty one, too.
All right.
All right, so what else do we need to cut? Let's put this back on the shelf. Get it out of the way for now. Okay.
We cut a vine off that Dysanthia last time we cut, right? I'm pretty sure. The splash?
No, I think those all went.
Oh, I thought we cut that last time.
We have some pretty nice peduncles going here, though. Should we take a cut off of this?
And that's always a beautiful plant.
Oh, man, we have...
Quit putting the Hoya and go inside. I will bring it out here. I'm going to go inside for a second, too. So let me put this back on the thing for you.
Do you want me to just go run and get it, and you can continue to do a roving tour?
No, you're fine.
And look for the... Explore to find the floorboards?
You're avoiding cutting things, so just keep cutting things.
I mean, I'm happy to cut this Dysanthia if you want me to.
I don't think anyone's going to be sad to have a Dysanthia that looks like that, but you have to show them first what the plant looks like if you can.
Take it out?
Yeah.
It's more dramatic effect if you can see it being savaged. Look at those beautiful leaves. I mean, I think you guys can see that, right? They just keep getting bigger and bigger as you get to the cup, too. This is that regeneration or rejuvenation that I was talking about. Look how huge they got. So I'm very impressed with this plant. It's really done some amazing things. And I think you will be impressed with it also when you get yours. But it is a stunner. And let's see if I can cut it. You guys even see me? Trying to let you see. Okay, so now we're only this big. But look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants there. So that'll turn into some nice beauties for somebody. Woo! Super pretty. Definitely a big fan of that Disanthia Splash. I didn't realize how pretty that was before we got it. And so it was one of those sleepers that suddenly I realized how gorgeous it really is. Oh, that's yellow sap on the Disanthia too. Yellow? Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, here it is. My great avoidance is over. The Bahoy. Behold the Bahoy. Okay. I need a table that can be seen, huh?
Yeah, we need the card out here. It's full of plants, though.
Yeah, that's just not going to work.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
You can hold it?
Yeah, I can hold it, and you can cut it.
Okay, ready? 2, 3, go.
Oof.
And then we're going to cut this one off, too.
I thought you were going to drop it. You show that leaf again.
Woo! Look at that. So pretty.
Right. See, it's still a cute plant, and it's one of more than we probably need.
Yeah. Yeah, we have lots. I'm not too sad about it. I'll live. Let's get one more. That's a pretty one, too. They're not, any of them are ugly. They're all pretty leaves, right?
Well, you said you screenshot it so you can't hide it later.
Yeah. It's on the record, huh? Dang. Can't get by nothing with you guys.
Oh, we were going to cut this. We talked about this yesterday.
Oh, yeah? The GPS?
We made that new pot. This was 2 plants that Caleb potted up into one big pot. GPS 7240.
There we go. A couple nice vines of that going. Those in the box. All right. What else do we need?
There were some things you were like, I've never cut this before. What were those?
Well.
This isn't ready to be cut, is it?
Okay, cut that.
I love that one.
The bacon. Look at this. Non-bacon.
Back there.
Non-variegated.
We should cut that off and get rid of it.
Probably.
Or not get rid of it. We'll just root it as a non-variegated one, but
isn't that gorgeous,
it's still pretty. Yeah, really nice.
There's a flower on here, or a peduncle on here.
The 7240, it can be tricky. I'm not going to tell you it can't be, because we've killed one before too.
It's a sigillatus type. Mm-hmm. So if sigillatus types agree with you, I would say it's an easy one. They don't agree with everyone, though.
Yeah.
And I think that I've heard a lot of people say, how do you keep sigillatus happy? I struggle with keeping them happy. I would say that there is a learning curve with it. Once you're familiar with how they are, how they respond, how they speak to you, then I think that you can give them the kind of care that they are requiring or requesting of you. But if you're unfamiliar with the language, it can be a little bit of a tricky start sometimes.
Annabelle's having a hard time getting her bacon to grow.
It can be a real jerk sometimes. Mm-hmm. I have one that's been sitting idle for like 4 months over here. And I'm considering just forgetting about it. Oh, this is an outer variegated, actually. Mm. But the inner variegated, outer variegated, sometimes they're just jerks. This one's been doing nothing. Fully rooted, it just sits here. So it's on the block. It might just get axed. Again, sometimes those plants that stall out, what I like to do is just spill them out. And then I find out that there's a problem in the roots that's been causing...
Shave it next to something good growing. Put it right next to it.
Exactly.
Shave it into behavior.
Like, if you don't behave yourself...
Should we... Are you ready to try more Minutaflora? Are you still traumatized from the last ones?
No, we can try it. Well, this thing is all kinds of tangled in here, eh? This is one I've never cut.
Or Alice?
This.
Oh.
This, Tutuensis or whatever.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about that pretty color. Yeah. It definitely needs a cut, too. It's so ridiculous.
It's not particularly flashy, but it
the
is...
new growth is really pretty.
Massive.
Yeah, let's untangle it. See if we can show that.
No, I will cut my Nudiflora if we need it. And we do need it. I need to get it started again.
This one here? That's Sigillatus Alice River.
No, that's
Peregrine. Vacanosa peregrine durian. Sorry. Vacanosa peregrine.
This is going to be your Atlas.
Alice River is over there.
It's tangled with our dragonfly.
Yeah.
And with
this
the
is,
ETS-10.
Chlorantha tortuensis. I really like how the new growth comes in. Let me show the top of that. Super pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
Down here at the end of the vine, there's a lot of it too. But this is like one of those real stringy, thin-vined ones that should be in a hanging basket somewhere. But it's just been growing over the
side of the shelf there
over this tequila that's in pond.
It's completely been forgotten about. Probably
completely bone dry in here. But it's in a semi-hydro situation where it gets watered in there, and it does fine with that. But it just needs to be watered on time, and then it's living its life there, mostly dry.
We talked about cutting this yesterday.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's blooming here?
Flagellata.
Oh, flagellata.
Isn't that cute?
You're so cute.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of flagellata. They're super cute. The fuzziness on the flowers. Mm-hmm. And then they're very understated. Like, you don't really even think much about it. And then all of a sudden you notice it's sitting there flowering. Here's our Para elbow down here. One of several.
Nice. What's that right there?
This one is... Oh, shoot. It's tangled in the back there.
Mm-hmm. I meant that one. That one.
Oh, that's Snow Queen. Latifolia Snow Queen.
Mm-hmm.
See this? This is one I meant to put in a hanging basket at some point. But I just haven't managed to do it yet.
Oh, she's pretty. Yeah, I got it. Not ready to be cut yet. But cute.
I actually just cut it.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why it looks small.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Oh, we were going to do Poonsick, we said?
Yeah, Poonsick. Back here. Leaves died back in here, but it's not out of range. Poonsick it gets out of control. This one is slightly dehydrated, but maybe it could use a drink before we cut it.
Okay. We'll leave it out somewhere you see it so you don't forget to cut it.
It's in a pot that has no bottom on it, and so it dries out. It drops the water real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to put it over here so it gets a good drink. Sometimes I got to put those in a container so that they have a little bit of some bottom watering, or it catches the water and gives it a chance to soak in better.
Yeah. Let's see. What else can we cut?
We haven't cut any of these in a while. 7950.
Oh, you cut some of those last time, but maybe not. Maybe we talked about it.
I don't think we did. It's been a while since we cut this one. This one we need to cut too. The Puerto Beauty.
The GPS 7950 that he just cut. Well, that's gotten gigantic.
Yeah.
That's how big I got.
Yeah, it keeps trying to tip over. Now it'll stay up. Cool. Yeah, I took some weight off. That Puerto Beauty has got some big, thick, chunky, beautiful leaves.
1018 someone had asked for. What is that ridiculously pretty thing back there?
RHP fungi cross.
Jesus, that looks so
Isn't that
good
stunning?
in low light.
Yeah. Again, you can see why they appeal to me in that situation is they have such stunning, striking color. And that one's all tangled into the shelf.
I mean, it's obviously ridiculously tangled.
It goes all the way up. And then it's on the top shelf tangled in there. So I'm going to have to do some extraction to get that out.
Okay. EPC 1018, did we cut that?
Let me see. Where does it start? There's more. But wait, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
Clipped up here, or is it just twisted? It's just twisted. Wow, really twisted. I mean, you let these guys go for 1 minute, and suddenly they're off to the moon. Look at this. Peduncle, beautiful leaves. We'll cut a couple of those bad lads.
That's EPC 1018.
Yeah.
Can we hold that?
This one we originally bought from Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
We bought another variety. That's the one with the red corolla.
That we're selling right now.
But this one we got from Sarah, or from Alexis via Sarah. Here's another one that we really enjoy. Recognize that one?
No.
Verticillata Wonosobo.
Oh, that's from Alexis too.
See if we can find the end of that guy.
Who was the silver by the last cut? The Wilbur Graves over there? Right? Is that Wilbur Graves over there by your EPC?
Oh, this is a Nova.
Oh, it's Nova. Carnosa Nova.
It's actually goes down and then up. Look at the size of those leaves up there. And here. Super wonky and big.
I think those a long time.
Look how they started. I'm not off this plant. No. I did cut some off the one at Mom's, which is quite similar. And I have them over here. Look at this one, actually. This one impressed me. It's got a little bit of the green going on, too. But this was at the end of the vine. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
It hardly even looks like a Nova anymore. But look at this ghost town over here, man.
Yeah, we got to fill this box.
Not a lot going on in here. It needs
There was something up here we looked at yesterday. Was it this? No. Something that you're like, I've never cut this before.
Oh, this one here, but
we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is.
Oh, we were going to cut the New Guinea, too. We talked about that.
Yeah. The New Guinea goes all the way down to here. And all the way up.
Who cares? No one cares if it has an ID. Let me show that New Guinea back there. So,
sorry.
Okay. That back there, beautiful fuzzy leaves. New Guinea ghost. Not New Guinea ghost. Species New Guinea.
Yeah. It's a really interesting one. It reminds me the leaf shape of an Australis. Mm-hmm. But it's velvety on the vine and the leaves and everything. There. So it's a very fuzzy leaf. And I think that's just...
That plant was sold to us that way, as Species New Guinea. I've never found any information on anything labeled that. And it was sold to us by a nursery that's since gone out of business. So Not been able to track down much information on that ID.
Take it with a grain of salt, yeah. Here's another favorite, kind of understated, but this is that SS 2001, tangled up with my Crassiopedilata splash. But this is a prolific flowerer.
Yeah, it does flower quite a lot.
Definitely a favorite in our collection for that, but it's just these striking leaves have this really nice Callistophila type vibe. Great splash, but the flowers, you can see that those peduncles are mature, very prolific. Let's take a little haircut off of there. Take a few cuts, make a few plants, make a little future for us.
Oh, you told Tiffany you'd cut this.
Oh, yes. Yes, the edamame. Take a couple snips. Such a cutie. Really nice, velvety, fuzzy, but splashy also. Super cute shape. They're just adorable. The edamame.
Let's see.
We got a pretty good pile going. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
What else can we cut? Do we want to cut this?
The Trotta's not ready to be cut yet.
Borneo, no ID situation?
Oh, that's the one we talked about yesterday, right?
It goes all the way up on the gas line up there.
So this was sold to us as a Clem no ID a long, long time ago.
I got to get a ladder to get up there, I think.
The interesting thing is it has no color to the veins. Do you just use 2 nodes?
For
propagating? 1 node.
Yeah, sometimes just 1 node.
Yeah.
It depends on the size of the node. On a very small leaf, sometimes I'll defoliate the lower node and use that lower node for propagation and use a 2-node cutting method. But most of the times, there's enough space on the stem to do a full propagation with 1 single node. And these leaves would be feeding the plant. And then whatever vine grew out after that, I would just leave on the plant. And so that would be the first cutting off of there.
But if we were cutting something like this lacanosa, we would probably do 2 nodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would strip the lower leaves and give it a little extra stem space to go down into the propagator.
Cut that lately?
Not in a while.
That's pretty.
Take a little bit of something out of there. It's getting a little out of hand. This one here is a different Lacanosa silver. That's another one I haven't cut in a while. But the silver mint coin has a very unique look to it.
Yeah. Do a couple of those.
Cool thing about Lacanosas is they're very fast to regrow. And they're also fast to flower. So you don't have to really worry about taking a pretty robust haircut here. I'm going to start another tray. That tray's getting pretty full. You don't have to worry about taking a very robust cut here because that plant will regrow very quickly.
All right. This guy? Did we cut this lately?
We have not.
That's
that is
always
a good
one
one.
Everyone likes.
Lori Lynn. This is one of those Kentianas that has just never lost its appeal for me. They're just so striking. Look at the back of the leaf, the front of the leaf, that variegated outer margin, the shape of the leaf on these, and then the way that they all come together to make the plant just glow. That red on the new growth is so pretty. Just remarkable. And again, it's one of those plants that's grown so much over time, it's sort of just hard to keep it upright. It wants to tip over because it's got a lot of gravity on the top of it.
Under the shelf, the dark green you were going to cut but got distracted. We're talking about the fungi. That one back there.
Oh.
Which CV was the one he was just showing? That was Lori Lynn.
Yeah.
The red and yellow one. This is fungi pubicalix RHP cross. I don't know. Can you even get to that, honey? Probably cut it up here.
I think I have to get a ladder in here. I'll get my little step ladder.
Okay.
I need to get it for this Borneo anyway, so we'll go get it. Let's make a few of these Lori Lynn's. They're so pretty. And man, this thing is, see how top heavy this thing is.
Yeah, it's very.
It's like lifting weights. It is in a taller cup, so there is that, but it's just so top heavy because of all that growth.
Have you propagated this yet?
I have not, but we were given a cutting, and I'm trying it in there.
See how it does before we cut it?
The Insularis.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my ladder, and we'll cut some of that fungi RHP. Because I don't have any of that going right now.
Let's see. What else is back here? Any giant leaf Hoyas? I'm sure there are. Let's see what we can find. That's pretty. Most of the giant leaves, I
just potted up some giant leaves.
Yeah, I think we cut those last round. A lot of the big leaf Hoyas. We potted them last night.
Yeah, we had like 4 or 5 elephants.
Yeah, the elephants. The 049s.
Did I leave my scissors over there?
Yeah, they're right here.
Thank you. All right, so I'm climbing up to try and find the end of this because the beginning down here is doing really nice things.
I can see it. It's right there.
Okay. So let's take this cut, freeze us up from there. And then
how often do you lose your scissors?
Oh, constantly.
Yeah, normally when he's out here cutting, though, he does have his overalls on, so he's got more pockets for that reason.
The pockets are so helpful when you have all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come out, wherever you are. Come out, we're everywhere you are. Oh, I tore that one. Dang. Mm-hmm. It happens. That's why I say don't get attached to a single leaf. They'll grow more. Look at those gorgeous leaves.
Oh, that's pretty. That's why you hold these ones for a second because you're like backlit right there. Hold it over here. Very pretty.
Super nice. Yeah, it's one of those easy propagators.
Ooh, what's that? Sorry.
Oh, that's Insularis, I think.
This one?
Yeah.
That's an Insularis. Isn't Insularis a thin leaf? I mean, it's just like a skinny leaf.
I'm not sure about
the tag is worn off. Oh no. Anybody? It's got nothing on it.
It's Inflata.
Inflata. Oh.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You can see it. It's in tiny. Okay.
It's on the very point of the... Does that make sense, right? Probably stick in the dirt.
Well, that's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous? It's velvety
Super fuzzy, yeah.
But you can see the vines are long and tangly. So it needs to be...
Trellised
or trimmed. Once through the others.
Okay, you're going to cut that thing up there?
Oh, yeah. I need my ladder over here now.
And then all these plants up here, I think next week we're going to do a tour of. These are all the plants that were in that cutting box we bought in November that have all rooted and grown out. And there are a whole bunch of new species that we're adding to the roster. So I think we'll go through those with a separate tour. Oh, that's pretty. This is that on ID Clem?
Yeah.
Wow. That is stunning. I don't know if you guys can see the texture, like the texture of it, like the matteness of it. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's very iridescent.
Yeah, for like wild. We've never flowered it though, right?
No, we got it and we've been growing it like this. And
the back kind of looks Clem-like.
Yeah, it has the veins, but it doesn't have the purple midrib.
Interesting. I'm going to have to dive through where we bought that from.
I want to say it was a Clem Borneo of some sort, but again, the labeling escapes me.
Yeah.
So, okay. So,
big leaf Hoyas. Got any big leaf Hoyas we can cut? Who's this? She looks like she could use a haircut.
Oh, that is a 1025. Definitely big leaf. Oops. Stay put, buddy. Stay with me.
The next one's going to fall over beside it now.
Stay with me. Very top heavy in this department. All right, let me get these out of my hand, and we will come over here and take a look at that very lopsided 1025.
This is one that always reminds me of the RP12.
2. Isn't that gorgeous? Mm-hmm. It's got just veins for weeks. Some of them get a little bunchy when they start to come in and they're jammed up, but it's just got all kinds of character. What I do to accommodate these very top-heavy, overgrown but untrellised plants is often I just put them in a terracotta for ballast. So you set it in there, and then it helps it from preventing it from flopping over. That way you can take your cuttings and not have to worry that it's just going to dive off the table on you. It may still. Sometimes it does.
Cut this? Or are we waiting for it to grow?
We're waiting. That's just our journey. Great. It's just a journey. We're on our journey with it.
That's super nice.
What about this little guy? NS05.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
It's easy to forget when it's just like hanging out off the side of the fence. Mm-hmm. But it's been here just chilling, doing its thing. I guess it's time to try it. We never tried to propagate this one yet.
It looks like
Kalina.
Oh, I was going to say, what's the other one with a B? I had this splash. Bicensis.
Bicensis.
Looks like Bicensis.
Yeah. Also very similar. These are much larger leaf.
Yeah, not splashy.
But the Bicensis is actually right behind you there. Right here.
What? Vine in my mouth. Nice. Yes. Are you ever worried about cutting off too much plant when propagating? You're looking for Bicensis? Oh, we can probably take some cuts off that and get it going. I wouldn't say ours is particularly splashy, is it? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's got some.
Yeah, some good splash
on it. Yeah.
Some of them have more than others, but this one's almost full silver. Mm-hmm. It's subtle. The splash on this it doesn't beat you over the head, but it is very pretty. Take a few chops off of here.
It looks like annulata. I'm not sure if we've ever bought anything labeled annulata. We have to go back through, but
don't think so.
Are you ever worried about cutting off too much of a plant when you're propagating?
Yes and no. I have lost plants to overcutting, but I do.
Oh, the Kalina annulata. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
I do back it up with having multiple plants sometimes, and so having a more robust cut is okay because I have an extra sitting around somewhere.
Speaking of Kalina, knocking it over.
So it's, yes, you can do harm by overcutting, but if I'm doing that, chances are I probably have more than one plant, and I'm risking one of many. I don't like to risk my only plant in that manner. I do think that is a bit reckless, because if you lose it, and then you're done.
I'm realizing that a lot of our big leaves are at Mom's.
Yeah.
We took them because they were big.
True.
What about this guy? We cut that last time, didn't we?
Or
did we just trellis it?
I think we just trellised it because that one came down out of the rafters.
What % of the NS05 do you think you just cut?
80, 90. Yeah, that was a pretty robust cut.
It's a pretty mature plant, though. It has a lot of establishment. So, oh God, you did cut a lot of it.
Yeah, that was a big cut, and it'll be okay. I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, we don't have purple rain yet. It's a pretty one, but we don't grow it.
But yeah, this is one we bought from UPT, and it's just grown out like pretty quick.
You cut the Hush Kiliana the other day, you said?
Outer variegated.
Outer variegated.
Yeah, I took a few cuts of that. I also potted up a few. Let me just show you this one here. This is not one I'm about to cut, but soon. This is our RB Dick these days. It's regrown because we lost one. But as that has regrown, look at those gorgeous dark colored leaves.
Wow.
Super beautiful, really nice splash, really nice contrast, and it just shows the appeal of that.
What's the rule? Is it 30% you usually say for cutting?
It's in the safe zone, yeah. 30% is an average safe cut. If you're going more than that, it's pretty aggressive, and you can expect to see some level of shock. We don't have that Mindorensis either. Oh, what's on the ground down there? This is an 077, Paterwally 077. Pretty. With particularly good color. I actually just cut some of our other mother plant of that. Someone was discussing earlier in the chat about trying to sunstress their Gunang. Here's a pretty one. Some pretty nice color, pretty nice growth. They get really nice large leaves if you let them grow out, and I feel like they're highly underrated in their sunstress ability. I mean, they're very pretty as a green leaf, and they've got amazing stripes, but there's something to that. A little bit of sunstress on there. What else? What else? On the bottom? These? Mm-hmm. These are just a few various carnosas. This is an Indonesia, an heirloom Indonesia. This is our Gamal. That's an Aldrichi from Mayra. And then this is a no ID fungi from UPT. I have some of these cut and rooting right now, but it's just a fungi that came to us. It was an interesting looking leaf, and we were like, you know what, that's real pretty. Let's try and grow it. Yeah, we cut a lot of the big leaves already. I think that's the only mother plant I have of that one. No nooch. Latifolia can be big. The MRH here is a favorite. We showed it on several occasions, I'm sure, but it's always a crowd pleaser. These gorgeous splashy leaves are so fun. I just can't wait to see the next set. And as they keep coming in, you're just like, wow, can it get any prettier? This is one of our oldest plants. It doesn't get cut very often because there's usually not much demand for it. But yeah, it's a fun one, but you can see very mature peduncles here. Yeah. A lot of age on this plant. It's kind of seen as ridiculous. Yeah. Stunning. Yeah, size of these leaves. What's hanging? We did the GPS. That one needs to go outside. No ID? Is that no ID? Yeah. Not much to cut there. Yeah. Lambiaf. Obscura we usually don't cut until it's outside because it gets really good color. Here, did we cut this Larissa lately? I mean, this, is that Larissa? Yeah, it is Larissa. We haven't cut that in a while. Okay. Perk tie. Just a little bit of perk tie. Jesus, I keep kicking that same cup. Yeah, this is perk tie out of hand. But I don't know if that's really in high demand. I think that's why this doesn't get cut that often. We don't have a lot of requests for it. But if you guys are interested, let me know. It's definitely ready. I just don't want to end up with 35 cuts of something that nobody wants. So there's that as a factor. Here's one of those large leaf. Maybe just take a couple of cuts. I just potted this up. This is that elephant.
Yeah. Do you ever try to go just the vine?
I have rooted just a vine, but it was in a very dire circumstance that had to happen. It was after import. We were about to lose it, and we rooted a sigillatus vine. Beyond that, I wouldn't do it intentionally. More often than not, you have a pretty low success rate on that.
Maybe take just 1 or 2 off the quick tie, or 3 or 4. Hold it.
See if we can find the end here. There we go. There's a nice 30% for you. I feel like that's proportional to 30.
Yeah.
Not that I'm worried about this plant. I feel like it's going to be just fine. I think I could take closer to 50% of this plant.
You don't want that many of them, though.
Yeah. No, that's the whole...
You're just cutting off extra vine there.
Yeah.
Globulosa? Is that Matrata? Are you ignoring Matrata? Just because you don't want anyone to see it?
Yep. You didn't see that. You can't see me. Yeah, no, that is pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of hard to ignore.
It's a gigantic leaf.
Yeah, they get so pillowy and so silky. It's just so gorgeous. That's like all at the base of the plant. It's all within the first 2 nodes.
Wow. Beautiful.
Definitely one of those plants that I love. I'm sure that you will love it as well. But it's one that I, definitely haven't cut enough.
Is the limbang mother plant here?
Yeah.
This.
That's that RB Dick.
Oh, you were just showing us?
The lambang is right here. Just sort of integrated with everything else here in the shelf, in the tangle. It also goes up here, and this is where it flowers all the time. And it's also tangled up into the lights up there. So it starts here and works its way upward. Now I do have some erythrostema in here also. As you can see, some really pretty sun-stressed erythrostema. This came off the fence. So I have the pot down there, and then I just strung it up here and clipped it on so that it can continue to grow until I'm ready to chop it.
The Chignonensis, that mother? Is that the one you're talking about? That's in the prop box, right?
What's left of it? I actually did pull some out, and I've been rooting it into cups.
That's right. We looked at that last week. Yeah, we were doing the humidity stuff last week, and we took it out and cut it up, I think. So I don't think there's much left in the prop box.
I have some that I have been rooting for 4 weeks.
Oh, you have more?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, these are they're pretty much ready to sell. So they're actually growing in here, acclimated to ambient humidity.
Turn around out of that light.
But that was a long process to get them here.
Okay. Maybe those will be up next week then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about the time, right? When they're ready and growing. They are super cute. But again, it's taken some time to get them acclimated to the ambient humidity and happy and healthy. So
those are the seedlings we've been growing too.
Yeah.
We're still watching them for something interesting.
Yeah. They're starting to get a little sun-stressed. So I'm impressed with that. I guess hopefully we'll have to just wait and see.
What was this again?
What else happens. Kamuki.
Kamuki. Oh, we're waiting for that to flower. That's why we haven't cut it. That's right.
Yes. I would like to see some beautiful flowers.
Right. Larissa?
Larissa's another one that has a really mature peduncle here. It's flowered for us multiple times, many times. But it's got these really gorgeous turtle shell type leaves, and that splash is super pretty. Let's see if we can find the end here.
Can you just take this fine?
It's a couple. Yeah, that's got that peduncle on it. There's a nice little cutting there. Nice mature peduncle.
Yeah.
It's pretty likely that will stay too.
Yeah, it's a mess out here, but we love it.
Yeah, like we say, it's utility. Yeah. The space is definitely not set up to be functionally pretty, but it's definitely functional. Aesthetics are lacking, but it's at least doing the thing. It's growing the plants. But that's a big part of it is you got to have a little bit of both. The Una?
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Cool. This is the marginata we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That pretty leaf color.
It's shifted off of its position. Usually it's over here. But yeah, it's a gorgeous one. Marginata, I think it's highly understated.
Oh, did we cut more Germany when we were talking about that the other day?
No, didn't we?
No, we didn't. We talked about we were going to do that for them.
Okay.
And Black Dragon.
I have some that I just potted up of the Black Dragon.
Okay, good.
Oh, Germany.
Yeah, I knew we have a couple people that wanted the Black Dragon, so I had asked them to cut that the other day, or a week or two ago, so I'm glad you did. Oh, that's a big cutting.
Germany is not a small plant, so we got a big cutting here. These two are brand new leaves, so with these 3 other new leaves, those will be a cutting. It's going to be big, but Germany is one of those plants where it's very large. So you can't be too scared to have a big cutting to start with sometimes. And I feel like that's one of those ones where you can get away with having a bit bigger plant. But again, cutting this down, that's going to be a couple few. I think that's plenty.
Lacanosas that are easy, high reward. I feel like every... Caleb loves Lacanosas.
Yeah, so. I've always been a big fan of all the Lacanosas.
Yeah, we have quite a few.
There's a few we've never tried, but for the most part, all the ones we have tried, we really enjoy. Here's one we haven't cut in a while.
Which one is that?
This one is... Oh, shit. Which one is this? I'm drawing a blank right now. I know it.
Before?
It's Java, East Java.
East Java. Oh, okay.
Lacanosa East Java. It's really pretty, like real delicate speckly splash all over the leaves, which I find to be very interesting. It almost looks like paint spatter or like a snow sprinkle or frost. Super pretty. But as you can see, prolific flower and those classic Lacanosa
Yeah, shape. The Punsac was right here. We just got to water it before he can cut it. you said.
Yeah.
It's a little bit thirsty right now, so this one here.
This one.
My favorite Lacanosa.
Yeah, we have a few of those.
I also like this one a lot.
This one is quite tangled with the Asami side by side. So I think we should maybe take a couple out of those, huh?
Sure. Can we hold that one?
Yeah, you want to see? Maybe there's a place on the shelf up there, or
no, there's no place.
No, you're right.
I'm going to put it right in the middle of the propagator.
Okay. I'll remember it then.
You're not going to miss it there.
Okay, so we'll get some of this.
Yeah, we definitely are people who recommend creative uses of space. Like these pot rings, we put these on our walls or on our fence outside, on the shelves here, extend it.
Yeah, they're super handy. And they give you a little extra.
They come in a range of sizes.
Space.
We just buy them on Amazon. You can get them at Walmart even sometimes.
Also highly recommended for people who struggle with having cats taking too much interest in their houseplants. Mm-hmm. You can hang them up on the wall where they're a little bit less in reach or a little less tempting to your furry friends. And that can sometimes help with those situations. We've had a lot of people come up to and say, I'd love to have plants, but I have pets and therefore I can't. Well, if your cat gets a hold of your Hoya, it's okay. It's not going to be harmful to them like as if they got a hold of your daylily or your peace lily. Something like that could be much more problematic.
Which one was this? This is
large leaf.
Long leaf.
Okay. Yeah. That's a pretty one, isn't it?
It's getting rather long.
Hence the long leaf name. Okay, so we got a handful of variegated Lacanosas there. Super pretty. Right next to it, we have these slightly rounder leafed. This is the Asami, also with a cute little peduncle. We'll take a couple cuts off of that too.
Asami is the outer variegated.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're super pretty. Sometimes as the plant gets mature, you'll see some of that variegation fade on the lower leaves that are towards the crown, but always at the end you get really pretty variegation. And then when you cut it, it starts a new fresh end and you get the variegation back. So you don't have to worry if it loses a little bit of the variegation from time to time. It's one of those plants that always equalizes itself and restabilizes.
Okay, well, I feel like we have 2 giant trays of cuttings we need to now put in the propagator.
Yeah.
And
that's going to keep us busy for a minute.
8% battery left.
That'll keep us busy for a minute. Plus the others that we have slated.
Mr. 10 is amazing. It's a great Lacanosa.
Yeah.
It's our bedroom right now, I think. What? That one, Mr. 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Mr. Tent's over here. Sorry. Oops. Dropping Lacanosas on the floor. Here's Mr. Tent.
Oh, she's pretty too.
Also another favorite. These nice elongated, very exaggerated features. I just love it. Lots of personality. This is right next to Poonsik as on the short list of favorite Lacanosas. Yeah.
This one, no one liked it as much as I do. I love this plant. It's so pretty.
It really is stunning.
Yeah.
Cute little flowers on that one too.
It's getting a really nice splash.
That is pretty. See what the label is on that one. That's a new one. We've not cut that one yet.
That is. Oh, that's Lampung.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Incurvula palta.
Yeah, those Incurvulas are a lot of fun.
How's that going? Is it climbing too high? No, it doesn't have not got leaves up there yet.
Yeah, no leaves up there with these ones here. But yeah.
All right, we should probably deal with cuttings.
Yeah, many hordes of cuttings that we have.
All right, so this is we pull down that tray. This is what we end up with today. This whole tray, and then
this whole other tray.
This whole other tray of cuttings. So they will all get cut. They will get put into a collar in one of our clone machines here. Yeah, he's going to be busy. I'm going to go inside. No, I got to do other things. So
we'll take them. stick them through. That's the long and short of it. You can pull them out and put it in there, whatever, but it's pretty simple. Just like planting them in soil, but you're planting them in this prop box. And then for those of you who've not seen it, there's inside a pump that's on a switch that comes on periodically on a cycle. I also have a auxiliary system that circulates the water refrigerating unit that chills the water and keeps it at a 70-degree temperature, and that helps it to stay nice for the plants. If you have too warm water, that causes problems. So keeping it at a stable temperature helps it to maintain and just makes it a little easier for me not to have to do so much water maintenance.
All right. Well, we are at 7% battery now.
We're doing the thing.
So I think
using it to the max.
Yeah, I think we have to call it for today.
All right. Thanks
we'll
for
be back
joining
on Friday
us, guys.
For our normal show. Friday at 3:30 and Sunday at 9:30 and maybe somewhere in between.
If you bought plants, they ship out Monday.
Yeah.
If you want to buy plants, they'll be available in the store for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to add to your order, peruse the selection.
Bye, thank you.
But thank you for joining us. We appreciate your support and
have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week and happy plant care, everyone.
See, is anybody live right now?
Long
a
list
lot
of people
are live. I'm not sure I know anybody though. Oh, now we're at 4%. We're gonna go.